License to Kill, held up in the back right now by Scorpion.
Well, that's 2 lead jammer statuses in a row right now for Ann Arbor.
And it's going to be a penalty to Denny Page, so it'll be a pack advantage for Ann Arbor. Dreamy McTransplants almost out of the pack, but gets knocked out at the last second. No pass, no penalty. No point on that one.
Dreamy McTransplants having a little bit of an issue with those Naptown defenders as they hit turn 3. License to Kill out front, not going to be enough into the jam.
Frida Radical joining Denny Page in the penalty box at the end of that jam. 5 more points going up for Ann Arbor. Next jam will be 3-on-3 in the packs to start things out.
Want to say thanks to the good people of Buttwin Chiropractic. Stay well, or I'm sorry, get well, stay well at Buttwin Chiropractic in Carmel. Do you think that's on purpose, Dill? Did they mean to rhyme Carmel with stay well on that?
If they didn't, it's a genius advertising move. And off the line is Just Wing It for the Bruising Company. And Noam Chomsky for the Warning Bells. Right now we got a stalemate going on just inside of turn 1.
One-on-one was Wing It, but a good recycle. No pack called, it was all spread out. Wing It's gonna pick up the 3rd lead jammer in a row for Ann Arbor. Noam Chomsky out of the pack, eligible to score, but Wing It breezing around the outside, picks up a quick 4, says no more. We'll do it again in 30 seconds.
Hey, the only bruises you'll get at Comedy Sports Indianapolis is on your sides. From Laughter, their seasoned improvisation pros have matched every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night downtown on Mass Ave. Tickets range from $10 to $16. Find them on the web or give them a call and make reservations for the entire family. Tonight you can go listen to their spiel at their table for prizes. They got free passes to one of their shows, and their shows are all ages for everyone. So go check out our good friends at Comedy Sports.
Roulette Wheels jamming up against Look Set Kill. Another tough brace 2-wall for Ann Arbor holding up Roulette Wheels, and lead jammer 100% thus far for Ann Arbor. 2nd in a row for Looks That Kill.
Looks That Kill with one last line of defense from Naptown. Denny Page having to let her go. 5 more points going up on the board for Bruising Company.
Defense working hard up against Roulette Wheels. 2nd knockout drag back. That one only a couple of feet, but still effective as another grand slam pass goes up for Looks and the Bruising Company. Star pass for the Warning Bells. Zero on that pass. Bruising Company 21, Warning Bells 0. Just about 4:40 into this game.
Yes. The answer is yes.
Well, right now, Ayla Sakura out there, as played by our friend Jinxie Doll at the McDuff Realty scoreboard situation. May the force be with you, my lady.
Lead jammer again going to Ann Arbor. The Dreamy McTransplants. 2nd in a row for them as Dreamy comes around, takes a hip whip, and is through for 4 points. Call it off again. Stop the Warning Bells from scoring.
Want to say thanks to DCG, printing signage that doesn't suck. Buy from them, our good friends at DCG. Once again, lining up at the Dr. Joe Bailey jammer line. License to Kill.
Let me look, I might.
Number 22, Just Wing It, up against Lysis. Brace 2-wall up front. Pyramid scheme in the back works with penalty being called, and it's going to be a power jam here for Just Wing It and the Arbor Bruising Company.
Well, not the situation that Naptown want to sees himself in, AK. I mean, to say that Ann Arbor has made a statement so far offensively is a bit of an understatement. I mean, it's basically a 30-point shutout at this point.
Big hit and a drag back right there for Naptown, however. One to the box and one out, so it's going to be an even exchange. Still on the power jam is Wing It, who picks up lead jammer after a big defensive stand right there.
I did not have a highlighter. Yeah, Mac might have a highlighter.
Just Wing It putting 5 points on the board for Ann Arbor right now, and Naptown falls even further behind. They're trying to play a little catch-up now.
Let's see if they can muster the resolve. Taking hits, but still scoring points. Wing It, 4 more on that scoring pass. That'll be a 9-point jam, making 36-0.
Speaking of Dr. Joe Bailey, the sponsor of our jammer line, he's at IU Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Is proud to be Naptown's. He's proud to be Naptown's official team doctor. That's Dr. Joe Bailey. Also, don't forget to visit our friend Hodges Massages over here behind Turn 4, offering $1-a-minute massages and Mother's Day gift cards. He's here to help everyone that wants a massage get one. Everyone deserves a massage, and that massage should be from Hodges Massages.
We are in a timeout for the Warning Bells. Brought to us by Nuvo. This Nuvo timeout, the first of 3 possible. If we got any newbies out there, of course, I'm sure you're all dyed-in-the-wool Derby fans. But if you are new to Roller Derby, both teams get 3 timeouts per game, 1 official review per half. If they win their review, they get it back and can use it again.
Right, you are, AK. As he said, Nuvo bringing you our timeout this evening. Indiana's largest independent alternative new organization, Nuvo, is created by and for people who love our community, our culture, and our environment.
On the Dr. Joe Bailey jammer line, looks that kill from the Bruising Company. And Noam Chomsky for the Warning Bells. Noam Chomsky making a move on the inside, pushed to the outside, recycled all the way to the back. Still stuck inside of turn 1. Noam Chomsky making another move for it. And another push, but she did get lead jammer just before she went to the outside and recycled to the back. Naptown's first lead jam.
Well, it's a first lead jammer for Naptown, and not a pretty looking one either, Doug.
No,
I mean,
they had to call it
was
off.
hard earned, and it basically reared them no points, although she was able to call off the jam before Ann Arbor was able to put any more on the board. So I guess that's the silver lining there. I want to say thanks to Indy with Kids, looking for the best day ever with your kids. IndyWithKids.com has all the family fun in Indy at your fingertips online or on the free Indy with Kids mobile app. Check it out today.
Check it out.
Warning Bells with a little bit of an advantage here coming into jam number 7. It'll be a 4-2 pack advantage. We got Cobley and Smash in the box for Arbor Bruising Company. Big takedown, though, almost sneaking through on the outside.
Flannery clobber delivering that clobber twice now. And here we go. Roulette Wheels is the lead jammer for Naptown, and she's out in front.
Whoa! A little twist move back.
Beautiful mohawk along that outside line. Breezes through 4-0 Warning Bells.
Hey, meet author, guest of honor, Mercedes, lackey artist Larry Dixon, and more at the 37th Annual In Conjunction Science Fiction and Fantasy Convention this June 30th weekend. Go to inconjunction.org for more details. And girls and boys, ages 7 to 17, interested in playing roller derby, you can visit the Indianapolis Junior Roller Derby table for more information on that. That's right, guys, I said girls and boys. IJRD is co-ed. That means that the boys can come out and play too, and that's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely it is, Brownie. And right now, A beautiful thing on the track. Two jammers grinding it out against their opposing blockers. Just wing it out in front for Ann Arbor, and in the back, Darth Blue getting recycled back. Lead jammer goes to Ann Arbor, and a big takedown right about the pivot line is going to send Darth Blue back.
Murder by proxy with the hit there.
There's Darth Blue.
Sending the Naptown jammer to the pavement.
Star Stash gets Darth Blue out.
Star Stash.
Oh, Star Stash. I'm sorry. I almost said Star Pass, but it was a Star Stash.
She passed it to herself.
The
Easy catch.
left right hand star pass.
Easy catch. If you drop that one, I don't know what to say about you.
Sure. One of the box now for Ann Arbor. Brownie, who's jamming?
Brickhouse Massacre out the Dr. Joe Bailey jammer line. And it looks like Jenny No-No for Ann Arbor. And Jenny No-No's gonna go down, but she's gonna come right back up, and she's back in it on the inside, looking for room. Brickhouse held up in the back. This still could go to Ann Arbor. Brickhouse having to recycle. Jenny No-No in the front, and it looks like she's gonna break free. Brickhouse still having trouble. Jenny No-No pops through first. She is the lead jammer.
Yeah, got an and 2 on that one. Drew 2 out of play penalties, but a penalty now to Scorpion means it's 2-on-2 in the track. A lot of room for these jammers to work. No pack as well. So engagement right there being called off, and it's going to be another penalty to a Naptown blocker.
Well, that's a big 5 points going up on the board right now for the Bruising Company after that last pass, and engage they will. Right through there, no problem. And Denny Page right there in the front to try to shut it down once again. Namaste and Denny Page trying to shut this whole Bruising Company score bruising, if you will, on the board.
Ooh, Brickhouse Massacre on the outside line. Dodges a hit, but steps out of bounds. Comes back in. It's a track cut and a power jam now for Jenny No-No and the Bruising Company. Naptown, however, back up to full strength in the pack. Yeah, I got it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
It's okay. Pack recongeals on the far straightaway, and it's just that little bit of a battle knockback right there. Jenny No-No loses a couple feet, comes back, and is going to reset. Power jam rolling on, but Jenny No-No is going to call it with 5 points for Ann Arbor and 3 seconds left on the penalty to Brickhouse Massacre. It'll be a power start for the ABCs.
Hey, thanks to McDuff Realty for their support of our dry erase board tonight. Also, if you're looking for a place to hang your skates, call Joe Shoemaker at McDuff Realty, part of the Encore Sotheby's International Realty, for all of your real estate needs, providing you with an aggressive, passionate strategy that delivers results you expect for all your real estate needs.
Full packs on the track, one jammer to start. It looks a kill. Gets driven down to the ground at the pivot line, springs back up. Chest to chest, gonna battle out and through lead jammer Ann Arbor.
Wow.
Penalty is over though, and Brickhouse Massacre finds her way through just out of turn 1.
Ann Arbor dominant thus far. Warning bells not giving up, not playing any less with any less tenacity. Brickhouse Massacre on the inside. The jam is call off. She maybe has squeezed out a couple of points.
2-2 evens it up. Great job by Brickhouse to skate through that 4th whistle, pick up those points.
Right,
and
you are, AK.
That's a tie on that jam.
It's kind of like what I was saying. They don't skate with any less tenacity. They don't give up, and they get a little bit here and a little bit there. I mean, before you know it, all that adds up. The tides could turn, AK. Momentums can shift. We've seen it happen here in this sport before. Whistle blows off the Dr. Joe Bailey jammer line. Dreamy McTranspants up against License to Kill, and it looks like Ann Arbor. It's such a tight. What the heck is going on?
Jammer on jammer action, and that'll force the call off.
Wow, quite a brawl in turn 4.
Woohoo! Hey, I want to say thanks to our good friends slinging out the best Cajun po' boys and sides in the city of Indianapolis.
Tell me about it.
You know who I'm talking about,
I know
Dill.
who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about, Dill. It's Papa
who? Papa.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I do love it.
Proof once again the audience can understand what we're saying.
Now Chomsky up against Just Wing It. Chomsky now 2 to beat. Holding strong out front, Boone, Jock, Saint. As a pivot, couple of Ann Arbor blockers, keeping it tight. Meanwhile, Wing It locked up nice and tidy by Naptown. Finding a little bit of room, one-on-one, one to beat. Great recycling from the warning bells. And Wing It is out with lead jammer, but only a couple steps ahead.
They made her earn that one, AK. But get it, she did. Just Wing It in control. Nam Chomsky hot on her heels. Pack trying to tighten up here, even though there's just a few of them out there in between turn 1 and 2. Jammers. That little jammer on jammer action happened straight away. That's my favorite kind of action. Nam Chomsky on the inside. Ooh. It's called off, and I think both jammers are held to a 0 on that jam.
That's true, but that was really close.
That was close.
Hey, I want to say thanks to our good friends at Strange Brew Coffee. Espresso catering for every event. Fresh roasted coffee available in the shop or online at strangebrewcoffee.com. Get you some! Dill?
Yeah.
We're sitting up here calling the sport we love, drinking the beer we love. What is this delicious brew?
Delicious, fresh, local Sun King beer. You can get you some of that if you got a proper ID over here at one of these beer vendors. Well, hello, just like that, Roulette Wheels out of that pack for Naptown as the lead jammer.
We're gonna raise this Sun King as a cheers to Roulette Wheels.
Sun King cheers.
Gets back to the pack, knocked out and slowed down. Meanwhile, defense still doing a phenomenal job on looks like kill. Finally breaks free of her initial pass. Oh, Roulette Wheels calling it, and Boone Jock Saint lays down the boom right before that fourth whistle.
Hey, I want to say thanks to our good friends at Vital Skates. Vital to your derby needs. Head over to the Vital table to the merch stand to pick out some new gear. And they're doing a really cool thing over here. If you buy a shirt here tonight, now you can get a Naptown shirt, a Ray City Rebel shirt, or whatever you got. You can go over there, and for $10, Corvin will print your name on the shirt right now as you wait. And you can go home with your name on a shirt. For $15, you can throw a number in there and have a name and a jersey number on a shirt, custom made, here tonight. Take it home. You heard it. Where else can you do that? Where else can you do that?
Nowhere. Darth Blue getting a little bit of a knock on the inside just at turn 1. Back up quick and pushing right to the middle.
And it's a power jam for Darth Blue. Vader's fist. Lead jammer on the power jam.
Well, Darth Blue, one thing you can say about her, she could take a knock to the ground, and she is up quick and fast and took advantage of that, find a little opening, and now she's lead jammer back in the pack, scoring pass. And that Bruising Company wall of defense trying to hold her at bay. She's picking away at it slowly but surely. Out of the pack she goes. 5 points for Naptown.
Do not underestimate the power of the dark side, fellas.
Whoa, some surfing moves going on.
Gets low, almost through, but tapped out, dragged back. Dreamy McTranspants over a pile of Naptown blockers is through on their initial pass. But plenty of time for Naptown to pick up 4 and call it off. 9-0 jam for Darth Blue, make it 52-22. We got just under 11 left in the first half.
Hey, do you feel like your life is going in circles because you don't have the job you want? Enroll in WGU Indiana and get your bachelor's or master's degree. WGU Indiana, online, nonprofit, and surprisingly affordable. That is WGU Indiana.
Help with those, man? Because I can get Joan up here. Well, I'll help you out if you need it. I'll get Kyle to do it. Read the sponsors.
Brickhouse Massacre jamming up against Just Wing It. 4 walls dealing with those jammers. Wing it, tiptoeing on the outside, speed through lead jammer for Ann Arbor. Offense jumping right into action, and they're gonna spring brick house before Wingett can get back around.
You know, guys, really quick before we jump into this next jam, I want to say that tonight, being Star Wars night, we've got a photo booth going on with some of the Star Wars heroes and villains. There's a suggested donation of $5, or you can donate some art supplies to the Art with a Heart table, and you can get a picture with your favorite Star Wars characters. So head on over there and check that out and get a photo op, because you know, guys, if you don't post it on Facebook, it really didn't happen.
License to kill, out and through lead jammer, warning bells.
Well, License to Kill coming off of that previous jam with a little bit of a scrap and turn floor. She's still got some heat going on, and she is out of the pack. Oh, a brick wall. She hit a solid brick wall, back down, up again, quick into the pack, but that was a force not to reckon with.
No, Cobley right there getting the direction of gameplay for a stop block. And El Chupacabra a little bit of early penalty trouble as a grand slam goes up for the warning bells. 4-2 pack advantage, easy pass.
As if nobody was there.
Ain't no such thing as a free lunch, but that's darn close.
Well, License to Kill on fire right now. Let's see how she handles this. And quite easily she did. Through the pack, calling it off. Another 4 points for Naptown.
And looks passing the start of Boonjock State before that one's over. We got a Nouveau team timeout for the Arbor Bruising Company. Still in charge, but Charles is getting smaller. 20 points of difference right now, 56-36, 8:17 on the clock. Brownie.
That's a Nouveau timeout. At Nouveau, their mission is to provide quality content that entertains, informs, and challenges our community in a profitable manner. Nouveau celebrates 25 years of print last year, serving as Indy's alternative voice. So they'd like to thank you for your continued support, and we'd like to thank Nouveau for their continued support of Roller Derby here at Naptown. Once again, this is a Nouveau-sponsored timeout. Want to say thanks really quick to our EMTs for their tireless work. Without you, we'd be afraid to get hurt. Even though we still are afraid to get hurt, you make it a little less fearful knowing that you're here. Paying some more bills. I just want to say thanks one more time to Bent Rail Brewery for having their brunch from 11 to 2 on Sundays and having the best Bloody Mary in town. Also, thanks to Comedy Sports. Visit Comedy Sports Indianapolis table tonight. The players are handing out discounted tickets to their weekend matches. And they got matches Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. They're terrific for the entire family. That's all ages. It's live improv. It's Indianapolis. What's not to love about that?
We got roulette wheels up against Dreamy McTranspants. And Dreamy is going to pick up lead jammer for Arbor Bruising Company. Timeout. Works a little bit of magic for him. Roulette wheels working back and forth, not finding much room. Pack spread out to hold back Dreamy. You got to give them a lot of credit for their persistence. Right there, fought along the whole straightaway and is out with 5 points. Now it's offense time for Naptown. We get a star pass.
Right, you are, AK, and that star pass looks like it's going to go to Iggy Impalia. And she's not going to have time to do much. The jam's over.
No, Dreamy McTranspants just did a Conrad-esque limbo right there, getting through and scoring those 4 points.
Well, they're going to be lining up here at the Dr. Joe Bailey jammer line. Dr. Joe Bailey at IU Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. He's proud to be the Naptown's official team doctor. We're proud to have him, to be quite honest. He's been around for a long time. And we're always in good shape and in good health, and that's thanks to our good friend, Dr. Joe Bailey. Roundup whistle's blown, and we're dropping off the Dr. Joe Bailey jammer line right now, and it looks like Just Swing It is trying to negotiate her way around a line of Naptown defenders.
Meanwhile, Noam Chomsky Also similarly engaged in combat with opposing blockers.
You use such big words, AK, it makes me feel dumb. Similarly, who says that?
Lead jammer, just swing it.
Well, we're seeing a lot of jammer fights going on. As both these jammers were out of the pack engaging, so to speak. This pack is flying around the track, and it looks like match speeds on the opposite side.
Now's the time to cue the Benny Hill music because everybody's just kind of skating around in circles, nothing quite happening. It's going to get called off just before any points are scored. Wing it killing some time off that clock, just under 6 left in the first.
Right, you are, AK. I want to say thanks once again to Hodges Massages, offering $1 a minute massages over behind turn 4. We've got a few minutes left in our first period here. Then you can head over there, and for $1 a minute, AK.
Say what?
$1 a minute, Dill.
Say what?
You can get a rub down by the most handsome, the most tall, dark, and handsome massage therapist in the city of Indianapolis. That is Will Hodges at Hodges Massages, offering $1 a minute massages and gift cards for Mother's Day. Get you some.
And you say I got to wait until the end of the half.
You do have to wait till the end of the half,
right.
AK, because we need you at the table.
All right.
Well, Jenny No-No representing the Bruising Company and License to Kill once again on fire for Naptown, trying to push through the defense, respective defense. Jenny No-No stuck in the back, picks her way up through the middle. One last line, 2 last line of defense. Naptown, off she goes.
Oh, and Jenny No-No. That one's a no-no. It's a forearm penalty, and it's a power jam switcheroo now for Naptown. It'll be a short one, though, because we had a jammer bounce, and it's all of 2 seconds for Naptown's jammer. Oh, but look at this offensive push right there. Great move and a back block, and it's a power jam again for Ann Arbor.
A License to Kill back in the penalty box.
Oh man, no pack is called. We got skaters in the front, skaters in the back. That means no one can engage, and those jammers just have to be let go. I think they're going to call Namaslay out for a penalty on that. I mean, the no pack was pretty obvious there.
Yeah, they did their best to bridge it out. There's a lot of space. You got to stay within 20 feet of the pack.
Right, you are, AK.
Well, here we go. Bruising Company trying to make the best of this jammer penalty-laden jam as they held the only jammer. Now that License to Kill is back in play.
Kaylee Velka out, slowing up that jammer, allowing Jenny No-No to get through with 4 points. Of course, this is going to be a 2-minute jam. Naptown loses another blocker, so it'll be 4-2 for just a second. Make that 3-2.
2 minutes of pure skating. I can't think of anything that makes me more tired than that.
Well, 4 more points go up on the board right there for Bruising Company.
Well, once again, if you want to head to the east side of Indianapolis for some of the best Cajun eats you can imagine here in Indianapolis, unlimited sides as long as you eat in. I'm talking bread pudding, I'm talking red beans and rice, I'm talking, whatever it is they're having for the day, and it's always delicious. Catfish po' boys.
Boy, oy, oy.
I mean, whatever kind of ridiculous, imaginative, delicious po' boy you can think of, Papa Roo does it. Head on over to Papa Roo. And I think like 16th and Post Road or something. Does that sound right, Dill?
10th.
10th.
Just off 10th and Post.
10th and Post. Anyway, just go to Post Road on the east side and follow the aroma. The good aroma.
Yeah, the good aroma.
The good aroma.
Not the
Brick
other.
House right there following the Derby skater aroma, which is unique in its own way. Of Boonjock saying that she got dragged back. Lead jammer has gone to Ann Arbor, and that's going to be the first scoring pass for Looks Like Kill, picking up 4 points. Brick House is out on her initial pass, eligible to score. Pack moving very quickly, 4-3 advantage right now for Arbor Bruising Company. Brick House, no chance to score points. Looks going to call it 4-0 jam.
You know, there's a lot of fresh local beer to choose from here in Indianapolis, Dill. I mean, Indianapolis is really kind of becoming a haven for breweries and brewers and beer of all kinds and all tastes and all flavors.
A beer mecca.
It's all happening here in Indy, but one of the premier beer brewers that we've been proud to call a sponsor for several years now is actually brewing the beer we're drinking tonight.
That's right.
Sun King Brewery, Dill. Sun King Brewery, located downtown, and they're opening up a taste room up north. I mean, you're talking about something that's expanding and taking over the whole city. Sun King Brewery.
Now, when you say up north, you mean up north like Detroit way, right? So I can get some?
You wish, man. Maybe someday soon, my friend. Someday soon. Watch out for Sun King.
And watch out for Dreamy McTranspants. Lead jammer for Ann Arbor coming around on that first scoring pass, already picking up that jammer lap point. Diving into the pack and through. That's a 5 high in the sky. Big collision right at the end. No points, however, for the Warning Bells despite the effort. 2 more points going up for Ann Arbor, being 7-0 jam, making 84-36. Just under a minute left in this first half of gameplay.
As you said, less than a minute. This whole first period has been pure Michigan as Ann Arbor has dominated offensively. It'll be interesting to see what these two teams do in the locker room, what kind of adjustments they make, knowing what they know now, coming out and applying those changes and knowledge in the second half. It's anybody's ball game right now, AK.
Jammers of the now. Darth Blue coming off a big jam for Naptown. Just wing it. Number 22 in the purple and white for Ann Arbor.
Man, believe it or not, guys, I'm almost done with clubs.
Wow.
No,
Ooh, Darth Blue getting low, but too low. That's going to be a low block as she got below the knees of Boonjock Saint. It's going to be a power jam here for Just Wing It and Arbor Brewing Company to close out this first half of gameplay. Offense jumping into the fray. Just a little timing error, but now Wing It going to get lead jammer and find a little bit of space. Power jam is over. Wing It pushing. The other, just Darth Blue, got to give a lot of credit. She is just care to the wind. You know, fearless out there, throwing body into the fray for the glory of her team.
Well, you know, she's kind of been around in this league, AK. She started as a skater, then she worked as a ref, you know, and she's back to being a skater. I mean, she's kind of seeing the game from all angles. She's a very smart skater, knows exactly what she's doing out there. Look, I think that's going to be the end of this jam, and it may be the end of our first period as we're waiting for the refs to round things up. Want to say thanks to WGU Indiana, a nonprofit education system. Check them out online. You're going to just really love their affordable, surprisingly affordable master's degree or bachelor's degree program. Also want to say thanks one last time to our EMTs for their tireless work. We've got the Coleman Dental halftime show coming up, featuring our good friends, the band, The Putts. As we get cleared off here, they're going to make their way over to the stage at turn 2. The teams are skating off now to lick wounds, talk about the next round of Derby.
Speculate on the genealogy of Rey in The Last Jedi.
No one talks about that. Are you serious? It's all I talk about. I'm being honest with you. It's all I think about. So, AK, I want to say thanks one more time for sitting in for me and Dill. We just love having you as always.
Always a pleasure,
our good
my
friend and brother from Michigan, AK 40 ounce.
Heck
Dill,
yeah.
any closing remarks as we're going into the Coleman Dental halftime featuring our good friends, the Putts?
Nope.
Rock on, my friends. Ladies and gentlemen, if I can direct your attention to turn 2, right behind turn 2, the band, the Putts.
What'd you say? Matt Wilson wants to know when the second bout's going to start. Send him a picture of that and say.
All right, hi. We are the Putts.
Yep. I don't pay attention to any of that.
I'm annoyed at everything and everyone. I'm annoyed and I can't have any fun. I'm annoyed and it's only getting worse. I'm annoyed and it's feeling like a curse. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed at everything and everyone. I'm annoyed and I can't have any fun. I'm annoyed and it's only getting worse. I'm annoyed and it's feeling like a curse. I'm annoyed. Ah! I'm annoyed, I'm annoyed, I'm annoyed, I'm annoyed, I'm annoyed, I'm annoyed. Everybody thinks that you're so dumb. We want to know where you came from. You're so strange and out of your mind. We all think you were left behind by a UFO. Yeah, I want to know if that's a fact, if it's coming back. Because if it does, please don't say that you'll stay. I think your spaceship's taking off, and you better be on it. I think your spaceship's taking off, and you better be on it. The facts in life you gotta face. Just admit you're from outer space. You're so weird, you're one of a kind. We all think you were left behind by a UFO. Yeah, I wanna know if that's a fact, if it's coming back. Because if it does, please don't say that you'll stay. I think your spaceship's taking off, and you better be on it. I think your spaceship's taking off, and you better be on it, yeah. You don't want to be stuck here like E.T. Cause I won't build you a phone, so you can go home. You're on your own. Woo! Please don't say that you'll stay. I think your spaceship's taking off, and you better be on it. I think your spaceship's taking off, and you better be on it. I think your spaceship's taking off, and you better be on it. I think your spaceship's taking off, and you better be on it, yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. You better be on it, yeah.
Someone on a ticket channel with the lights on out on a battle cannon and the Santa Claus and I gave way to the bottom of a gun. I took the connected of you transmitted and projected a signal that you wanna broadcast all over the world. I caught a lost transmission of one call from a new dimension, yeah. I checked the frequency and I can't set my down to a frequency of a. It's not where I'm gonna find her. My radio. Are you out there, my radio? Are you listening? Radio. You're my radio. Yeah. Well. street for real life like a mentor. I wait on him, but then I go on intent. Strung out on a cheap empty, the stress I'm in, totally upset. And I give my heart to a soul on another plane. But my own admission, man, fantasize, manifested fiction, yeah. I check the frequency and I gotta set my time to a frequency of love. Yeah, you know I'm gonna find her on radio, radio. Are you out there, my radio, radio? Are you listening? Radio, radio. You're my radio, girl. Well, some of you guys might know this one.
Jackie is a punk, Judy is a runt. They both go down the bar and enjoy the escapade. No, I don't know why. Oh, I don't know why. Perhaps they'll die. Oh yeah, perhaps they'll die. Oh yeah, perhaps they'll die. Oh yeah, perhaps they'll die. Oh yeah. Second verse, same as the first. Jackie is a punk, Judy is a runt. They both go down the barrel and join the escapade. No, I don't know why. Oh, I don't know why. Perhaps they'll die. Oh yeah, perhaps they'll die. Oh yeah, perhaps they'll die. Oh yeah, perhaps they'll die. Oh yeah. Different from the first. Patrick is a punk, Corey is a runt. They both been down the first, go join the SLA. No, I don't know why. Oh, I don't know why. Perhaps they'll die. Oh yeah, perhaps they'll die. Oh yeah, perhaps they'll die. Oh yeah, perhaps they'll die. Oh yeah. Should we just do Swallow My Pride then? No, we got applause. It's okay. Fast food? Fast food. Burger King, give me Harvey's Dairy Queen, a greasy burger with juicy fries, the only apples of my eyes. All right. I'm in the mood for fast food. I need it now. I don't care how. I'm living a fast food fantasy. 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 Oh, can you see? My way and I'm loving it. Eat it every day, can't get enough of it. Jack in the Box and Taco Bell. You know McDonald's makes my heart swell. All right. I'm in the mood for fast food. I need it now. I don't care how. I'm living a fast food fantasy. 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 Oh, can't you see? Fast food fantasy, 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 fast food fantasy. I'm in the mood for fast food. I need it now. I don't care how. right, where are the putts?
All right, well, we're winding back up. We're going to start period 2 of our first of 2 bouts tonight. Right now, we got Arbor Bruising Company versus the Warning Bells. Getting all lined up, the Dr. Joe Bailey Jammer line. Thanks to our good friends at American Pension Advisors. Want to administer your qualified retirement plans. Check them out on the web at apapensions.com. Also, thanks to Bent Rail Brewery for their 11 to 2 brunch on Sundays and their delicious Bloody Mary mix. And to Button Chiropractic. Get well, stay well at Button's Chiropractic in Carmel. The roundup whistle has been blown. Roulette wheels on the Dr. Joe Bailey Jammer line. And the whistle is blown. Roulette wheels out front, and she is your lead jammer.
Hey, we gotta do a
Good way to start the second half here for the Warning Bells. Looks to kill. Almost out, Jammer for Ann Arbor, but taking a beating is Naptown Reforms up front. Be a no pass, no penalty on that one, but a penalty drawn. One for each team, so 3-3 back as we roll on.
Well, that whistle is going to be the end of the first jam there. I want to say thanks to our friends at Comedy Sports. The only bruises you're going to get at Comedy Sports Indy is on your sides from Laughter. Their seasoned improvisation pros have matches every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night downtown on Mass Ave. Tickets range from $10 to $16. Find them on the web or give them a call. Make reservations for your entire family. That's right, it's family friendly. Comedy Sports is for everyone. And if you go to the table tonight, AK,
Yeah.
I believe they're handing out free tickets for their Comedy Sports situation for upcoming events. So check that out.
That's very cool. I got to point out that we have Comedy Sports in Detroit a little bit different. We call it Lions football.
Ah, I see what you did there.
Well, right now, License to Kill has got her way out of that pack for Naptown. She's the lead jammer, and back in the pack she goes, getting score, calling it off. 4 for Naptown, holding Bruising Company to 0.
Strong start here to the second half for the Naptown Warning Bells. And Arbor, of course, started this game out with a long run of lead jammers in the first half. Second half, different story. Gonna look to keep it going right here. Just Wing It wants to shake things up. But for Naptown, it's gonna be Darth Blue.
Just Wing It, blasting her way around the defense from Naptown. There at turn 2 into the back stretch, heading into the front stretch now. She zips around the track, in control of this jam. Number 501, Darth Blue, hot on her heels. Can Darth Blue get around Just Wing It and maybe force the call off? Right now, Just Wing It's not having it. And she does it, and she does force the call off. Just Wing It ends the jam effectively. Pretty decent showing there by Naptown, at least holding Ann Arbor to a 0. I mean, Naptown's had a lead jammer and they forced a call off. Right now, Naptown seems to be getting their blankety blank together, AK.
That indeed they do. Flannery O'Clobber in the box for them. She-Rock in the box for Arbor Bruising Company. Going to be three pack start out in front of Looks That Kill for Ann Arbor. And Nam Chomsky sidestepping, hop, skip, and a jump to lead jammer for the Warning Bells.
So far we've had a lead jammer Naptown, we've had a forced call off lead jammer for Naptown, and then a lead jammer for Naptown again.
Yeah. Things are looking good. No points on that one though. Kaylee Havelka knockdown. Sends her out of bounds.
Thanks to our good friends,
jam.
DCG. DCG has printing signage that don't suck. If you go buy some printing signage, you might as well buy from DCG, Dill.
It don't suck.
Lining up here at the Dr. Joe Bailey Jammer line. Dr. Joe Bailey at IU Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine has been a proud sponsor of Naptown for a while. He's the official team doctor. I really shouldn't say sponsor. He's the official team doctor. He's basically like family. And while I'm jabbing my jaws, there is some outstanding action happening on the track right now.
And all kinds of craziness as well. It's Dreamy McTranspants up against Roulette Wheels. Roulette Wheels almost through on the inside. But again, Ann Arbor holds strong. We got a lost wheel on the track. And another lead jammer for Naptown.
Well, murder by proxy, losing a wheel and effectively taking her out of that pack. Naptown taking advantage of that situation twice now. Through the pack, 5 points for Naptown.
That's like the toughest thing I've ever seen. She tightened it with her hand, and she's back on skates. She's just going to let it roll.
Murder by
Literally.
proxy got lots of moxie, I tell you what.
Yeah, she self-repaired the skate and is back in the action.
Roulette Wheels with 2 on that pass, holding Ann Arbor to 0. Here comes a change out. Looks like License to Kill is going to come to the Dr. Joe Bailey jammer line to face off with Just Wing It.
7-point jam. It's getting closer, boys. 38 points is the difference. 89-51. Just about 6 minutes gone in this second half of gameplay.
You know, I saw some people taking advantage of the $1 a minute massages over there behind turn 4, Hodges Massages. Check them out. Selling Mother's Day gift cards tonight. Just behind turn 4. Whistle blows, Just Wing It off the Dr. Joe Bailey jammer line against License to Kill. Just Swing It up front, but she is dealing with some resistance in the form of some Naptown jerseys, and it's not going to be enough. She breaks free first, and she is the lead jammer.
Yeah, a little grabby out front for Vivisection. Got that multiplayer block, but Scorpion's going to take a seat in the sin bin as well. It's going to be 3-3. Both teams missing a pivot. Jam called by Wing It 4-0 just before Naptown can get in and score.
Let's try to get a sweet-ass harmony going.
Thanks, Kyle. You're the best.
Want to say thanks to Indy with Kids. Oh, I didn't even hear the Dark Lord.
Darth Blue Jammer Naptown.
Looks to kill.
Wow.
On the outside. Darth Blue recycling. Looks to kill. Breaks free first, and she is the lead jammer. Darth Blue obviously not eligible, as that status has already been awarded to Ann Arbor. Doesn't mean she's out without the ability to score. It just means that Ann Arbor has the ability to call off the jam at any time. And it looks like she does, but not before Naptown can score one, it looks like.
Yeah, that's right. Scorpion coming back in from the box. That point got picked up, and it's 4 points for Ann Arbor, so a 4-1 jam. 97-52 is our score.
Hey, check out IndyWithKids.com, and if you're looking for the best day ever with your kids, because what family isn't, get the free Indy with Kids app and check it out today. Also meet author, guest of honor, Mercedes Lackey, artist Larry Dixon, and more at the 37th Annual In Conjunction Science Fiction Fantasy Convention, June 30th weekend.
And before we can finish a sponsor read, Brickhouse Massacre is your lead jammer. Dreamy McTranspants held up, getting lapped right there.
Well, Brickhouse Massacre out of that pack on the outside. Puts the points on the board for Naptown. 5 points going up.
A nickel. That's a true grand slam, too.
Dreamy almost spun out once, that time connected and successful.
Warning bells down but not out. We've seen some strides and some positive movement here from the warning bells here in the second half.
Dreamy McTranspants dancing around, but picks up a forearm, and they're going to sit in the box for a 30-second power jam.
Well, here we go.
Grand slam on the power jam. Double grand slam on this jam. 10-0 already, and keeping it rolling.
Oh, the pack is at a dead standstill just inside of turn 3, and out she goes with a back block.
So it's not going to be a full jammer bounce. Dreamy has already been released on their 30-second penalty, so it's going to be a 30-second full power jam now for Ann Arbor.
Right, you are, AK.
Star pass to Scorpion for the Bruising Company. Bitter End taking a seat.
Damn. That's how that works. See, a lot of teams do that really
5-point pass, but penalty has ended for the Naptown Jammers, so it's going to be 4-on-5 roller derby. Naptown down a blocker, but both Jammers on the track to start this next one, Brownie.
Right, you are, AK. Hey, if you've got a kid with you tonight, they're probably looking out here thinking, I want to do that, Daddy. I want to do that, Mommy. Well, now they can. Ages, girls and boys, ages 7 to 17, interested in playing derby, you guys can go over and visit the Indianapolis Junior Roller Derby table and get some more information on how your kid can get involved in the crazy little thing we call derby and get involved in the coolest sport, the most outstanding social network that there is on planet Earth, that is roller derby.
Lead jammer going to Naptown right there after Wingett sent to the box for a track cut penalty. It is a power jam here for the Warning Bells, trailing right now by an even 40. Knocked out, run back 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 feet by Boonjock Saint, and a call off 3 points for Naptown, and they'll get the power start in this next jam.
You know, guys, just really quick, I just want to mention that the State Farm has a table over here, like right behind the bleachers that are at turn 3 and 4. And I don't know if everybody knows this or not. Some of us may not. but they have a cheer station where you can actually go and make signs for your favorite team, favorite player. You can go there and custom make your own sign right now. And you're like, oh, I forgot my poster board, can't do it. They got it over there for you right now.
Yeah, they got markers, they got glitter markers, free of charge.
And if they got some cool prizes on their table, you can take a little survey, take home a prize, make yourself a cardboard. And they are wearing khakis, I might add. They are wearing khakis.
Not wearing khakis, wearing those purple short pants. It is Just Wing It with lead jammer. License to Kill, knocked out, dragged back on that far straightaway. Coming back to re-engage. Meanwhile, Wing It knocked out and run back as well. Strong defense, both teams all game. Only seen a couple lapses where it was just an easy breezy pass for the jammer.
All right, now we're witnessing a turn 3 lockdown. Nobody's in moving. Well, they could say they're creeping. The respective defense are holding each jammer, as you can well see.
Taking hit after hit after hit, and the bitter end is the last blocker to defend. Goes down on Just Wing It. Wing It picks up a handful of points and coming back around for more scoring. Strong defense from Arbor here. As License to Kill dragged back, now resetting. Star in hand, looking for a potential pass. But Havelka and Scorpion there to slow her down. They're out of play though. That's gonna be a penalty to Scorpion. And an initial pass done for License to Kill. Wing It gonna call it off in turn 1 with 4 more points.
Hey, I want to say thanks to all our NSOs, refs, and volunteers. Also thanks to our DJ tonight, DJ Just Nice. Don't forget the party ain't over when the last whistle blows. The after party's downtown at Bent Rail Brewery. I say downtown, it's in Broad Ripple at Bent Rail Brewery. 5301 Winthrop Avenue, immediately following the bout. All ages are welcome. Come on and hang out with us. Our charitable sponsor tonight is Art with a Heart. Their mission is to provide hands-on visual arts experiences that educate and inspire at-risk children. And they've got a really cool face paint situation tonight for a adjusted donation of $1. You can get some cool face painting done tonight. Check them out right across from the merch table.
Brownie and I did it.
Yeah, we did. We got some super cool lightsabers.
That's right, and I got an update from the penalty box. Double penalties on Scorpion leaves only 3 blockers out there for Darth Blue to deal with. She is your lead jammer. Meanwhile, looks like Kill get knocked out and run back on turn 3 and 4. That's going to be a grand slam for Darth Blue. Oh, we got another double penalty coming in.
Each team skating down a blocker.
Yeah, Denny Page picking up that second penalty.
Pack at a pretty good slow pace here at turn 2 as the Jammers are assessing what avenue they want to take to try to score some more points for their team. Naptown choosing to take control of the back of that pack, and it sounds like that's going to be the end of the jam. Hey, you know, new to season 11, we got our fan favorite award. You, the fans, have the opportunity to vote for your favorite skater for each bout. Get your vote in. Go visit the fan favorite award table near the entrance of the venue to donate towards your favorite skater, and we will announce the winner of the fan favorite award at the end of each bout. That's 2 bouts. Donations will help your Naptown Roller Derby League continue to bring you the sport you love and awesome Naptown programs to help get you involved. Things like Camp Naptown, which some of you may have been a part of, and our brand new rec league. Go vote, donate, get involved.
We got a blocking out of bounds penalty. It's going to be a power jam now for Dreamy Big Transpants and the Arbor Bruising Company lead jammer as well. Going to A2 Noam Chomsky in the penalty box for that blocking out of bounds. Dreamy McTransman's running into Denny Page, getting spun around. They're slowed up now by those front two defenders. 2 to beat, make that 3 is another great recycle by Naptown. Offensive help coming in the form of Kaylee Avelka. And Dreamy McTransman's gonna step over, and that is a scoring pass done, 5 points. But the power jam has ended for Ann Arbor. Easy pass.
You know, we're saying a lot of stuff on the mic tonight, guys, and if you want a bout shout out, go make a small donation to our charity tonight at the NRG merch table. Maybe we can oblige. You can maybe say something like, "Happy birthday, Joe," or whoever you're hanging out with if it's their birthday. And we'll say it. Just make a donation to our charity at the merch table. We'll get you handled.
That one was a freebie, Joe.
It really was. It really was. Nicely done. Want to say thanks to Nuvo and East Free Thinking Weekly. They're the largest independent alternative news organization in Indiana. They're created by and for people who love the community, our culture, and our environment. Pick it up every Wednesday. Hey, if you're looking for a place to hang your skates, call Joe Shoemaker, McDuff Realty, part of Encore Sotheby's International Realty for all your real estate needs. Also, he's supporting our dry erase board out there with the lovely Ayla Sakura in the middle, the dry erase board. That's McDuff Realty, Joe Shoemaker, good friends of ours.
Well, Just Wing It has got out of that pack and is lead jammer back in scoring position, pushing through Naptown defense in the front. Meanwhile, Roulette Wheels is stuck in the back, has not made her initial pass just yet. Just Wing It out of that pack for 5 points right now for Bruising Company.
Wing It now on a scoring pass. Dodging hits left and right. And then left again. 5 points going up for Ann Arbor, but they've lost 2 to the box. 4-2 pack advantage here for Naptown. Offense coming and is going to spring Roulette Wheels almost. Boonjock State gives one last shot at her, but cannot contain. Out of play penalty coming down to the Naptown pivot, so it's going to be a 3-on-3 for a second, but another penalty. A lot of penalties coming here. Frida Radical now taking a seat.
Roulette Wheels with a little bit of a spin move there at turn 4. 4 points on the board for Naptown.
As yesterday was Cinco de Mayo, I'm going to say un poquito spin move.
That'll be the end of this jam. Hey, I'd like to say thanks to our good friends on the east side, 10th and Post, slinging out the best Cajun food in the city of Indianapolis. That is Papa who? Papa. Man, that was outstanding.
It sounds like a wind of po' boy blowing in your face when you guys do it.
Right now we've got an officially Nuvo sponsored timeout. I want to say thanks to Strange Brew Coffee. Fresh roasted coffee available in shop or online at strangebrewcoffee.com. Get you some holiday grog or some zombie defense blend. Or go in and check out the array of delicious pastries and donuts that are offered daily. Strange Brew Coffee.
You know, I come from a long ways away, but I've heard of them.
Sure you have.
Their fame has reached to us.
I'm not surprised.
And it may just be because I brought some back last time I was down here and enjoyed the heck out of Rage Against the Bean.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Want to say thanks to our good friends at Sun King Brewery for slinging some fresh local craft beer here in Indianapolis, Indiana, kind of putting us on the beer map here in North America and the world, I might say, Dill.
You can say world.
Thanks to Vital Skates, providing everything that's vital to your derby needs, offering some printing over there. Now, I can't stress this enough. I'm talking about custom screen printing. Now, if you saw the back of me and Dill's t-shirts, hashtag Justice for Kobe, which you can go to the Race City Rebels table right now and maybe make a donation for Kobe, for his family, and the GoFundMe page for Kobe, the Race City Rebels table right now if you feel so inclined. But The Vital Skates table right now is offering custom screen printed t-shirts. You can buy a shirt here and for $10 have whatever name you want put on the back, and for an extra $5, total of $15, you can get a jersey number on there too. Just saying.
Lead Jammer in a big takedown. Gonna be a penalty, a lot of penalty trouble right now for the Warning Bells. One in the queue, as a matter of fact, as Jenny No-No around already with Lead Jammer, picking up a scoring pass, gonna call it off. 4-0 Jam. That's going to make it 142-78. We've got just over 10 minutes left to play in this first of two games. Of course, guys, we got a big WFTDA Major League game coming up. Number 34, number 42 in the world going head-to-head.
Head-to-head right here. I mean, a main event bout. I mean, what can you ask for better than that? I mean, I'm so excited to see these two teams slug it out. It could go either way, and we're so close. I mean, it's been so, Michigan, Indiana, you just can't get closer than that. We're neighbors. It's going to be an exciting main event bout for sure. Number 008 looks to kill, in control of this jam. Lead Jammer status awarded to Ann Arbor. We're under the 10-minute mark now on our first of two bouts tonight. 142-78.
Ann Arbor's got the force field up on Darth Blue. Held up in the back, finding room on the inside and free on that initial pass. Five points going up for looks that kill. Darth Blue almost snuck in there, but looks calls it just in time, and that's going to be a Nuvo timeout for the Warning Bells.
Thanks to our good friends at WGU. Do you feel like your life is going in circles because you don't have the job you want? Maybe the job you want is roller derby announcer. If that's the case, you don't have to worry about WGU. But if you would like a job that pays better and has better benefits, enroll in WGU Indiana to get your bachelor's or master's degree. WGU Indiana, online, nonprofit, and surprisingly affordable. Also, thanks to our EMTs for their tireless work. We had a little situation here just behind turn one involving a fan. They were there, took care of things, and it's nice to know they're here. Also, don't forget to get involved in Star Wars Night at our photo booth. Suggest a donation of $5 or maybe some art supplies to our charitable sponsor, Art with a Heart, and you can have your photo taken with your favorite Star Wars character that's here tonight.
Cool.
One last thank you this half to Bent Rail Brewery for their Sunday brunch, 11 to 2, and for having the best Bloody Marys in Indiana.
Well, just wing it on the line with Brickhouse Massacre. Brickhouse Massacre stuck a little bit in the back as each team has taken their respective blocking points. Wing it now to the back. Brickhouse making a move on the outside. She's out of that pack, and she is the lead jammer. That's called a lead jammer harmony, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome. Brickhouse Massacre with a little bit of a spin out of that pack. 4 points for Naptown, holding the Bruising Company to 0.
Roulette wheels spinning around the outside. Lead jammer, one to beat, she does. Jenny No-No free of the pack. One now into the box. It's the better end sitting her and in the penalty box.
Well, Roulette Wheels calling it to a close, but hitting it 0-0 on that last jam.
One last shout out to Comedy Sports this game. Go to their table and listen to their spiel for some prizes. They got some free passes for their performances that happen every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It's for everyone. It's all ages. It's live improv here in Indianapolis. Visit their table for more information. I also want to say thanks once again to Dr. Joe Bailey, our official team doctor. We're proud to have him. Speaking of Joe Bailey, that's the Joe Bailey Jammer line, and right now the Jammers are jumping up off it with the quickness.
That's right, your lead jammer is Looks Like Kill for Arbor Bruising Company. License to Kill still working on her initial pass, but Looks Like Kill coming around for a 5-point grand slam. Jilly the Kid did something bad, gonna sit down in the penalty box for 30 seconds. Initial pass is done for Naptown. Looks getting knocked out and down, but 5 points had been tallied. 10-point jam for a 008.
I'd like to say thanks once again, one last time this bout to our EMTs for their tireless work. We appreciate you guys being available in case, we need you, which we hope we don't, but we may. And if we do, we need you, so we're glad that you are here.
But we hope we don't.
That was heartfelt.
Really don't want to see your face, but if we do see your face, we are glad to see your face.
Oh, that needs to be behind us. Yeah.
Darth Blue and Dream Mimic Transplants in unison get hit by blockers, but Darth Blue coming out on the plus. Lead jammer right now for Naptown. Dream Mimic Transplants held up.
No.
Darth Blue taken down by the booty of the pivot. That is Boone Jock Saint. Dream Mimic Transplants gonna hop on through, finish their initial pass. Meanwhile, another mean knockout drag back. Darth Blue says, I'm done. Hands to the hips, calls it quits. We'll do it again in 30 ticks. 2 more points up on the board for Naptown.
Hey, between the bouts, you might go over and get a massage for $1 a minute from Hodges Massages, also offering Mother's Day gift cards, because that's coming up, and you know you forgot to get her something. So go visit Will Hodges at Hodges Massages and take care of business. And while you're there, maybe you'll get a 5-minute massage for $5. It's a win-win. Also, thanks to our good friends at Nuvo, Indies Free Thinking Weekly, providing quality content that entertains, informs, and challenges our community here in Indianapolis.
Wow, Noam Chomsky coming out of that pack as the lead jammer for Naptown.
Doing some fine drafting behind a wing it.
Noam Chomsky diving in, taking 1 point and calling it off, still holding Bruising Company to 0.
Located down at 10th and Post, it's the Cajun Eats that you love
like
the
the
most. It's Papa Who, it's Papa.
Roo. Oh, man, you guys are paying attention.
I'm telling you, if Papa Roo actually paid us for all the jingles and songs and things that we did, Dill, we'd be
700.
thousandaires.
We'd be 700-pound po' boy heirs.
Oh yeah, no, you're right about that. I guess we'll just keep doing it for free.
Looks Like Kill, jamming for Arbor Bruising Company. Backwards on one skate, and she is going to knock in lead jammer. It was a no pass, no penalties, so no no finger of power for you. Roulette wheels, one to beat, gets past Boone. Lead jammer, Naptown. And she will call it, but Looks cruising through 3 points before it's all said and done.
Fresh local beer here at the table, the announcer table, and out there at the stands. Sun King Brewery,
So fresh.
Located right here in Indianapolis. Also, thanks to WGU Indiana for offering surprisingly affordable online nonprofit education.
Education.
Sun King. Sun King. It's just fun to say. Brickhouse Massacre is jamming for Naptown. Just Wing It for Ann Arbor. Wing It out in front, chipping away at that Naptown defense. Meanwhile, Brickhouse taking them apart brick by brick in the back. Nice offensive help coming from Naptown, but it is lead jammer Ann Arbor.
Brickhouse on the outside and up the middle. She's going to break the pack. Obviously not eligible for lead jammer, but a sweet move to the front nonetheless. Meanwhile, on the back stretch, Ann Arbor's jammer's trying to look for room. Calls off the jam before Brickhouse can do any damage. It's going to be a 0-0. No score on that pass, and that's going to be an official Nuvo timeout taken by Naptown. Meanwhile, at the announcer table, Brownie pays bills. Autographs immediately following the bout. The teams can be found, both teams can be found at the autograph table near the merch area. Head over there to get autographs from your favorite skaters. Naptown has a new recreation league, a recreational league. Anyone interested in playing derby on a smaller scale just for fun? You know, they can email recleague@naptownrollerderby.com and get involved. Tonight's event is sponsored by not only the slew of sponsors we've been talking about tonight, Dill.
A lot of them.
But also by Flat Track Derby supporters everywhere, because why go into the rail when you can go into the audience? If you'd like to sponsor the Naptown Roller Derby League, drop your business card off with us or email sponsorship@naptownrollerderby.com. And check this out. You can buy tickets tonight.
What?
To our next bout on June the 24th. It's Bells versus Demolition City and Sirens versus Stockholm. Stockholm.
Ooh, Sweden.
Sirens.
Wow.
You can get those tickets tonight for $12, and if you buy 2 or more, you get a free button or sticker with your purchase. That's a no-brainer, AK.
That is. I mean, I don't know
no-brainer.
if you've ever seen Swedish roller derby here in Indianapolis.
I don't think we have. I don't think we have.
I had the pleasure
I
to
don't
go
think we have.
to
No.
Malmo, Sweden last year. I saw Stockholm. I saw Crime City out of Malmo. I've seen Gothenburg. They are so much fun, so talented. You got to be here for that. Heck, I might drive down from Detroit for that.
Well, you
Well,
know,
you come on back.
you can't, AK, and you're welcome here at the table if you do.
I'm taking you up on that. Right now, looks like Kill jamming for Ann Arbor, picking up lead. License to Kill. Locked up in the back, but looking for assistance. Offense coming now from Naptown. Star pass. Iggy and Paya, jammer now for Naptown. Lead jammer belonging to ABC. And that's a grand slam for looks.
Yeah, I got that.
Rid of our proxy into the box, and she's going to be joined by looks at Kill.
The
Track
devil.
cut penalty means it's a power jam for Naptown.
The devil of roller derby cutting the track.
Happens to the best of us, Dill. Pack at a standstill on the back stretch right now. Looks that Kill. Back in the action. Iggy and Palia down to the ground.
Looks to the ground as well, but stays in bounds. Jumps up, gives one last poke at it. 4 points on that pass. 5 points for Naptown.
And it looks like the unofficial final, 169-90. We'll go to the refs to verify that. But it looks as if the Ann Arbor Bruising Company is going to take home the W. Fan favorite.
Yes. Princess Leia is going to hand those out.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
Hold on. We got to do this winner. We got to do the winner land.
Has she reported in with fan favorites?
All right, it's in the books.
Has Trey reported in with fan favorites?
I have not heard about fan
I got it.
You got it?
I got it.
Yes. Announcer team is the winner.
That's the official final by a score of 169-90. The winners, Arbor Bruising Company.
I'll get the Naptown. I'll announce Naptown. Did he explain how the MVPs work?
No.
You go down there with him with your pick and mic,
Okay.
and you're going to go to the team. That team's going to tell you who they think the MVP is. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, either way.
And ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the hometown gals, the Warning Bells.
Okay, AK, we're ready. Are you ready?
Settle down, settle down.
All right, AK, I think we have the MVPs selected for this bout. And if you wouldn't mind, sir, announcing who the Naptown Roller Girls have picked as their MVP blocker for the Ann Arbor Bruising Company.
Well, as you said, by selection of the Naptown Warning Bells, MVP blocker number 239, Boone Jackson.
And the MVP blocker as awarded by the Ann Arbor Bruising Company to the Warning Bells. Roll forth and claim thy prize, Iggy Impalia.
What time do you have the next bout scheduled? Do you know? You have the schedule there?
And the MVP jammer of the victorious Arbor Bruising Company, number 008, looks that kill.
And the MVP jammer of the Warning Bells, as awarded by their formidable opponents from Ann Arbor, Michigan,
I was going to say 5.
Skate Forth, Brick House Massacre. She is mighty, and she is the MVP jammer. And now I will introduce my friend Dill Hero for the announcement of the fan favorite.
The fan favorite tonight goes to, I'm going to get right to it, Vivisection. Come forth. And she's not here. So she's playing the next, no wonder she's a fan favorite. Well, oh no, I got it. I'll take the lightsaber. Okay, you can take it. All right. All right. Anyway, hey everybody, you got a break right now. Get ready for the next bout. The big, amazing final bout is coming up very, very soon. And we'll be right back with you.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay,
Check
I'm good.
1, 2. Check.
Check.
We good?
Aren't we supposed to swallow these? What?
Unique New York. Unique New York.
The Human Torch was denied a bank loan. It's gonna be a long night.
It's going to be an awesome night with starting off warm-ups like that.
Yeah. Unique New York. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
Silence. Standards deviation.
Deviation. We'll get it, Steviation, I promise.
That's a track cut on me. Studley Do-Right. Technical difficulty, and the head ref tonight, Bambulance. And it is my pleasure to turn over the microphone to my pal from north of here, AK 40 ounce.
Oh, well, thank you, Dill. Let's welcome the first team to take the track in tonight's main event. From Ann Arbor, Michigan, the Ann Arbor All-Star 707 LOL. Number 62, Fracture Mechanics. Number 44, Helen Killer. Number 99, In the Mood. 63, Jackie O'Bashes. Number 24, Jadzia Smacks. Number 3, Lethal. Number 7, Mel Havelka. Number 4, Michelle Obama. 886, Scream. Number 404, Slamuel L. Jackson. 811, Terror Me Sue. Team captain number 1111, Leslie Arnaz. And captain number 187, Slamlet. Bench managers, Dr. Mames, you, Frida Radical, Jen Price, and head bench coach, Candy. These are your number 34 in the world, Ann Arbor Brawl Stars.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to welcome your hometown team, the Tornadoes! Sirens! You got some splaining to do, number 51, Bruzy Ricardo. On flaming wheels of gold, she rolls, number 07, Chariot on Fire. She's the last thing you'll see before you meet your maker, number 17, Critical Velocity. She puts the riot in Patriot, number 76, Made in America. She'll hit you so hard, your DNA will never be the same. Number 95, Mutant Gene. A little meat and a whole lot of cheese. Number 44, Nuck L. Sammy. Dragons live forever, but not the Derby girls who mess with number 262, Puff the Rainbow Dragon. She'll rip you a new one, number 27, Rick McMurphy. Goddess of Destruction, Diva of Disaster, number 1980, Shiva Diva. She plays rough, especially during happy hour, number 5 p.m., Trudy Botchery. She'll shut you down and cut you up, number 312, Vivisection. She puts the boom boom into your heart and on the track, number 84, Wham Bam! She's all go and no brakes, watch out, she's team captain, number 16, Crash Into You. You may survive the bout, but you won't survive her sting. Team captain, number 237, Scorpio Papik. Your bench managers, Roller Coaster, Nama Slay, and Car Bomb. Ladies and gentlemen, your Tornado Sirens.
Good evening and welcome to the Elements Financial Blue Ribbon Pavilion on the Indiana State Fairgrounds in Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm Danny Mack with Peyton Slamming, and we are live from Indianapolis, as always, on NaptownRollerDerby.com, bringing the Naptown Roller Girls Naptown Roller Derby All-Stars versus the Ann Arbor Brawl Stars.
Number 42, that's Naptown Roller Derby's latest ranking from the WFTDA versus number 34, Ann Arbor. Right before this, we saw the Ann Arbor Bruising Company, the B team, with a solid win over the Naptown Warning Bells. Here on Star Wars night, you will see Star Wars characters throughout the bout come onto your screen. We are in a galaxy far, far away here at the State Fairgrounds, and we're getting ready to go. Tonight's score mistress is a Twi'lek.
Yes, indeed.
This is an annual event that's just so much fun. I mean, there's
come on.
And I don't really know what to say about what I'm seeing right now.
Clearly an Ann Arbor Brawl Stars fan. They travel well. Their fans have a nice
contingent. I think he's a cheerleader. I appreciate his look.
A2D2 is what they are nicknamed. And again, Peyton Slamming, that's who was talking earlier on Danny Mac. We're
you know when you don't have words, that's where I'm at.
That's what you get. On the line to start things off will be Made in America for Naptown. And going for Ann Arbor, one of the co-captains, Leslie Arnaz.
Naptown's last home go-round was against Windy City. They came back in the second half, but were not able to pull the win out. Have struggled as of late. Leslie Arnaz comes to the inside, and Leslie Arnaz is your lead jammer for Ann Arbor to kick things off. Maiden is now out of the pack.
Naptown, some nice whirling offense to spring their jammer. Leslie Arnaz continues. This pack speeds up. Ann Arbor and Naptown both defending Division I teams in the playoffs.
Naptown now sitting at the edge of Division I, Division II at 42. Looks like Ann Arbor is going to get 2 off of that. Naptown 0, so Ann Arbor draws first blood. 2
points to begin. Chariot of Fire going for Naptown against
Helen Killer.
And Helen, a speedster. These Ann Arbor Brawl Stars are a very deep team. The whole organization is really deep. You're not going to see a whole lot of drop-off pack to pack that they will bring out there. Cherry goes for the outside, gets a little bit of help.
And Helen Killer goes through on the inside just as the first jam, and Cherry's still struggling to get out. Again, this is very rare for Chariot of Fire. Ann Arbor has been relying a lot on their good, solid footwork as they did in the first bout, and now Cherry's kind of trying to get around, trying to get some help from Brucey Ricardo.
Cherry doing it spinning style and does finally get around Lethal, who was leading the way. A nice leap from Helen Killer. She will be dropped back and have to start behind Brucey Ricardo. Calls it just as Cherry reaches 4 more points. A 6-0 start for Ann Arbor. Very similar start to how we saw in the Bells bout, where A2D2 got out to about a 40-point lead to begin before Naptown started chipping away.
And now Leslie Arnaz coming back to the jammer line for Ann Arbor. This is her second jam, and we're only in jam 3. That speaks to endurance. Going against Scorpio Pathic, the team co-captain for the Tornado Sirens. Both jammers are trying to find some place to go. Leslie Arnaz kind of got run back with Scorp acting as what I like to call the fifth man.
Ann Arbor taking lead jammer and points in the first 2 jams.
And now Leslie Arnaz is going to jump out. She got around Mutant Gene, and Wham Bam's going to come off for a penalty.
Scorp just being walled up, a little bit of mess up the order offense being put on by Trudy, and she will reset and try to go after Arnaz. Now Leslie Arnaz, another Grand Slam for, well, that's the first Grand Slam for Ann Arbor.
And Scorpio gets out. Rip McMurphy, who was the pivot, was out on a penalty. She comes back into the action, but was not able to help Scorp. Mutant Gene comes out. Wham Bam still in the box. So now you've got 2 out there for Naptown, and Leslie Arnaz is going to call it off.
11-0, that puts it up to 15-0. And we're about 3 minutes into period number 1. 2 periods of 30 minutes worth of roller derby each. Coming at you here, the A-team matchup. The Naptown Roller Derby All-Stars, the Ann Arbor Brawl Stars. Ann Arbor in white with purple trim. Naptown in black with red trim and white lettering. Tripod +1 set up for A2D2 at the rear of the pack.
And A2D2 does an excellent job of running offense on 2 blockers, Rip McMurphy and Trudy Botchery. Wham Bam's going to come back into the action. Meanwhile, Critical Velocity not out on her initial just yet. Meanwhile, Helen Killer is in scoring position now.
Wham Bam could not get Helen Killer to the line. Helen Killer then goes straight for the inside. Mutant Gene standing up. She will rejoin, and Naptown will be at full strength. Ann Arbor, however, trading a couple of blockers. Havelka sitting in the box, joined by Inzi Mood.
And now Naptown's going to kind of speed things up, and this jam's going to come to an end.
Naptown a player advantage to begin this one. Carbomb calls a timeout, wants to reset things very early, and we are 4 jams in with a 20-0 advantage put on by the Brawl Stars.
The Brawl Stars have played a very solid offensive game thus far. When I say offensive, I don't mean like in a bad way. I mean they've been playing a lot of good, solid offense off the line.
Ann Arbor on the season is 3-3 as they have victories against Madison, Steel City, and actually, I'm sorry, they're 2-4. Victories against Madison and Steel City to begin the season. And then they went to the Boardwalk Empire tournament and dropped a close one to Charm City, fairly close one to Caleo, and Arizona, Santa Cruz also a couple of victories for their opponents. So a 2-4 start
But
for
did they
Ann Arbor.
run into Steve Buscemi? Sorry, couldn't help myself.
That's the question. 3-wall, tripod set up in the back with Crash providing some up-front offense against the micro pack, the 2-wall for A2D2. Maiden with a little patience.
L. Jackson for Ann Arbor was basically sitting right on Maiden. It was borderline twerk, and now Slamuel's going for the panty pass to Leslie Arnaz. Maiden America gets out for lead, so Maiden is now in scoring position for Naptown, which they need. Maiden comes to the inside, goes around Crash, goes around everybody.
Nice timeout, nice adjustments made by Naptown. They stepped back off the line. They'll take 5 points here, and they are on the board for the first time. It's 20-5 Maiden America. Jumping turn number 3 and taking 4 points in the process. Clever athletic move for Maiden America, getting Naptown with an 11. 5 jams in.
Tiramisu coming to the line for the first time tonight for Ann Arbor, going against Cherry to Fire. This will be Cherry's second go-round. Oh, that beautiful jump by Maiden to end that jam.
And the presence of mind to stop it as soon as she hit in bounds. Chariot of Fire pushing that wall. Wham
With
Bam
Wham
up
Bam
front.
giving a little bit of the boom boom. Meanwhile, Tiramisu comes out on the inside, on the outside, and Cherry's gonna come back out. She's got the panty off. And she was able to make a successful pass to Wham Bam, and Wham Bam is now the active jammer for Naptown as soon as she puts the helmet cover on, and she does.
This pack is going awfully quick.
And this jam is done.
Tiramisu gets 2 and extends the Brawl Stars lead to 22. Again, they started this one off on a 20-0 tear. Naptown has since chipped away somewhat in these early minutes.
Naptown starting with 3 on the line with Shiva Diva in the penalty box. Ann Arbor starting with 4.
Naptown, a difficult start to their season so far. They're, again, coming off that Division I appearance and a power start sort of as
Penalty right off the whistle. It looks like for track cutting on Hello Hell.
Hello Hell will have a seat, and there goes Scorpiopathic getting knocked to the inside.
Sorry. And now Scorp does a quick juke and a jump, and Scorpiopathic is your lead jammer.
Got around as Jadzia smacks hit the deck. Now Scorp will again go outside and work in.
Getting a little help from Brucey Ricardo. And Scorp calls it off, which means this is going to start as a power jam for Naptown.
Actually, Ann Arbor had just returned from the penalty box, so we will see Leslie back on the line, facing Critical Velocity. 4 points for the Sirens. They'll get back within 9 here. It's 22-13, 22 minutes, 34 seconds to go.
And Critical Velocity took a little bit of a spill before their whistle. Not sure what went on there.
Ann Arbor got up by as much as 20, starting this one off with 3 straight jam wins. Trudy trying to help Critical Velocity through the Naptown defense in the rear, holding back Leslie.
Getting hit by Wham Bam, Shiva, Mew, and Trudy, and Leslie sneaks to the inside. Leslie Arnaz is your lead jammer. Meanwhile, Critical Velocity still struggling on that initial. One thing I saw before in the warning bells bout is a lot of very solid footwork by Ann Arbor. Critical's got the panty off. Leslie Arnaz, meanwhile, is in scoring position, but is facing an incredibly tough wall. Meanwhile, Critical gets through, puts the panty back on. Coach Carr is telling her to keep going.
Leslie Arnaz looking to her bench to see if it's time to call it. She'll get Critical near the rear of the pack and then stop play. 5 points for Leslie Arnaz. That makes it 27-13. Ann Arbor leading wire to wire. We talked about Naptown's start. Record 1-1 officially with the win against Ohio. That was in Ohio. And the loss hosted here against Windy City. A 69-point loss, but dropping despite a couple of very decent performances. They kind of needed to win by a little bit more from Ohio to get those points.
Helen Killer did a solid job of a couple of quick jumps. Those jumps on the lines are so important. We do them in practice. Everybody does them in practice, and she gets lead jammer. Meanwhile, Maine's about to jump over Michelle Obamia, and Maiden manages to squeak out 1 point to Ann Arbor's 2 on that last jam.
Ann Arbor 29, the Tornado Sirens 14. Naptown did have an unofficial bout hosted here on the fairgrounds, losing to Ohio by 2 points. That one was a non-WIFTA sanctioned tilt.
Samuel L. Jackson, not known for her role as Mace Windu in the Star Wars prequels. Lucky for her, going against Knuckles Sammy, who usually does not jam, was formerly a jammer for Cornfed and the Bleeding Heartland Roller Girls.
Full strength for each team. Wham Bam trying to provide some offense in the front half of the pack. Wham Bam springs the other jammer through.
I think that was a solid accident.
Well, Wham was trying to time it, and it timed out just perfectly for A2D2. Nux now catching up.
And Trudy tried to get Samuel L. Jackson, could not do it. Samuel kind of whipped around her.
Jax with a very heady play there. often you'll see jammers immediately hit and immediately call it. In that case, she knew that the jammer wasn't, Nuck wasn't right there, decided to grab a couple of points and then call it. Nice timing by A2D2.
Part of being a jammer is, a big part of being a jammer is knowing where the other jammer is. You're not going to call it if they're still on the initial pass.
31-14, A2D2 enjoying their largest lead of the bout. There goes Tiramisu.
That makes me hungry for tiramisu. Meanwhile, Cherry jumps around to Ann Arbor players, still fighting her way through on the initial pass. Tiramisu is now in scoring position. It's just meeting up with a solid wall of red and black. Cherry's now in scoring position, and Tiramisu calls it off.
Naptown will send Wham Bam, Shiva Diva, Trudy Botchery, and Mutant Gene as the blockers for Scorpiopathic. A2D2, again, full strength for each to start. We'll have Melhavelka out there, as well as Slamlet. And as soon as those other blockers turn around, we'll be able to see Inzi Mood, and a player that's being braced, which Wham Bam's trying to mess up the brace.
And meanwhile, we still have no lead jammer. Scorpiopathics come to the front, and now Ann Arbor's trying to get something going to keep her out. And Scorpiopathic is one to beat. She flips around. That solid, beautiful footwork. And Scorpiopathic puts her fist up in triumph as LOL is still not out. And LOL gets the track cut. Nice job by Mutant Gene to force the track cut. And now this is a power jam for Naptown. And this is where the gains are made.
Here's that fire, a 20-point lead, shrinking, now a 15-point lead. Scorpiopathic calls it at the instruction of her bench. Naptown wanted that power start and wanted to keep a very potent offensive player in the penalty box. That's LOL wearing the star, and Naptown will send out Made in America. Crash Into You, Rip McMurphy, Bruzy Ricardo, and Puff the Rainbow Dragon will be blocking for their fellow mate in black and red.
And this is going to be a power start for number 76. She puts the Riot and Patriot. It's kind of a patriotic pack with Michelle Obama out there. And Maine gets solidly hit out by Leslie Arnaz, and then Naptown counters.
Fracture Mechanics holding the inside part of the track. Jackie O'Bashes
again,
holding the
patriotic.
outside.
U.S. history. LOL is back in. She has to get around Bruzy, Crash, Puff, and Rip. There's no bridge right now. And Leslie Arnaz steps back to get the bridge. Meanwhile, LOL's going to get run back.
Bruzy and Rip will then join forces and go right after the jammer. Little bit of offense put on by Puff, who will then fall back and bridge.
And now Maiden's just trying to drive him forward. And Puff comes in to kind of create some action. Oh, a very, very hard hit. LOL, she seems very dazed. She tried to go around Michelle Obama and got knocked down. And Made in America got lead jammer, but it was a fight to the death.
LOL decides to pass the star.
Smart move.
And that will go to Fracture Mechanics, who picks it up. LOL has untied skates at the moment. Maiden calls it off, being handled on the inside part of the track. 4 more points for Naptown, and they are within 11. It's now 34-23, nearing the midway point of period number 1. 4-3 in the last couple of jams for Naptown, but they have edged this back. The largest lead for either team was at 12 points. With Peyton Slamming, I'm Danny Mack. We are at the Elements Financial Blue Ribbon Pavilion on the Indiana State Fairgrounds, Indianapolis, Indiana. Naptown Roller Derby versus Ann Arbor.
Ann Arbor's got Leslie Arnaz, who so far has had a pretty great night at the jammer line. And Leslie Arnaz, I don't know how she does it with that footwork, but she's like, toe stop run, toe stop run, toe stop run. Meanwhile, Knuckle Sammy just barely Knuckle Sammy's gonna come off. This is now an Ann Arbor power jam. Nuck got a track cut. Leslie Arnaz is now in scoring position, meeting up with Mutant Gene, Trudy Botchery, and Wham Bam. And Wham Bam does a solid job of Getting Leslie Arnaz back. Oh, and Leslie Arnaz just lays out Trudy Botchery and now is dealing with Mutant Jean as she gets around. 5 points for Leslie Arnaz.
And I misspoke. The previous jam was not the largest lead. That was A2D2 at 22-19 was the largest. Nuck standing up. Nuck's got a long way to be able to join back legally in this pack.
And Wham Bam's going to get a blocking out of the engagement zone penalty. Knuckle Sammy is back in on the action.
The captain, Leslie Arnaz, comes up to engage. Will get immediately met by Mutant Jean, who will take her out of bounds and drag her back. Mutant Jean going way back on this one. Shiva Diva, Trudy Botchery up toward the front.
Leslie
will handle
Arnaz
Leslie.
has 2 to beat, now 3 to beat. Good recycling by Mutant Jean, and Mutant Jean puts not only her butt but her shoulders into Leslie Arnaz, and now Leslie's going to have to basically push forward. And Mutant Jean gets sent out, so Shiva's going to run her back. Knuckle Sammy is still in. She took the panty off, and now we're at full strength both sides.
Leslie Arnaz decides to stop play with 4 more points, extending the Brawl Stars lead 48-23. That is the largest lead at 25 points. 13 minutes, 18 seconds to go.
On the replay, you're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 great toe stop runs by Leslie Arnaz on the inside line. I think that's a drill that everyone could incorporate.
Great.
I think I'm going to work on that myself.
Wow.
Quite frankly.
That's tremendous footwork.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful. Critical Velocity was driving forward and then gets knocked down. Meanwhile, Helen Killer is to the front. I just want Leslie Arnaz to be in a jam with Brucey Ricardo for what I think are fairly obvious reasons. And Helen Killer does a solid job. Patience pays off. Meanwhile, Critical Velocity having a very rough time getting sent in and out by Ann Arbor. Rip McMurphy's going to come out on a penalty, so Critical cannot take off the panty because the pivot's in the box.
Helen Killer being handled up front by Crash and Brucey. Got through with 5. A2D2 holding up Critical Velocity in the back. A fierce 3-wall with a little bit of offense being applied up front by Fracture Mechanics.
And Michelle Obama.
10 points total in this jam so far for the Brawl Stars.
Oh, and that same footwork that you saw in the last jam by Leslie Arnaz, you just saw it again by Helen Killer. Seriously, I'm going to practice running on my toe stops forward on the line because that is vital right now.
15 points and more coming for Helen Killer, who will be dragged back by Brucey Ricardo. Brucey was out of bounds, a no pass, no points, so 4 on that pass for Helen Killer. Helen Killer still going strong. Faces Crash, who's turned around.
And again, that jumping on the toe stops. You're seeing it again.
It's typically a cold day in Tucson when you see a player with the strength level of Crash get knocked backwards when she's skating backwards.
Tucson.
Rip McMurphy, who has the star, spins around and is now, once that helmet cover goes on, she will be in scoring position. She does, and simultaneously the call with another 4 spot for the Brawl Stars. Helen Killer, an 18-point jam. It's now 76-23, 10 minutes, 43 seconds to go in period 1.
Samuel L. Jackson, mother effer, going against Chariot of Fire. This is a family show, so I won't drop the actual word. Yes, you're welcome. Thank you.
Ann Arbor on a 42-point run. And Chariot of Fire will try to answer.
And one thing Ann Arbor has done exceedingly well is the second that whistle blows, you don't have to stay in front of the line. You can come back. And it actually has been a solid advantage. And Lethal actually sent Sherry back and kind of bumped her with her butt. And now Sherry's going to drive through. We're going to get a split pack any moment now. Shiva Diva coming out on a penalty.
Nice offense up front applied by Slamlet. Trying to spring her jammer through and does.
And Wham Bam gets another penalty. She has been pretty penalty heavy thus far in this first period.
Jacks coming up on the inside portion of the track will get knocked out of bounds, thus calling it off. Those hands applied to hips. Cat's game in that jam keeps the score at 77-23. 9 minutes, 27 seconds with Peyton Slamming. I'm Danny Mack. We're on NaptownRollerDerby.com. It's the Naptown Roller Derby All-Stars facing the Ann Arbor Brawl Stars.
Tiramisu going against Scorpio Bathic at the line right now.
Good amount of purple in the crowd. A2D2, a few hours away from Indianapolis, but will travel well.
And Tiramisu is up to the front and going against Rip and Crash, and Tira's now against Crash. And Crash puts her butt into it. Tiramisu flips around her, and she is off. Meanwhile, Scorpio Bathic still struggling to get through, and she almost had it and then had to come back out.
Shiva Diva has returned, and Wham Bam has returned as well. Full strength for Naptown. One down for A2D2. That's Scream in the penalty box. Another fiver for Tiramisu. 77-23 is where the score stands at present.
Jackie O'Bash is also coming out on a penalty for Ann Arbor, so Ann Arbor's 2 blockers.
And check that, 82-23, and another point coming, 83-23. Now a 60-point spread for the Brawl Stars. 8 minutes, 8 seconds to go, and the largest lead extended for the Brawl Stars. They've led this one wire to wire, starting off the bout 20-0 before Naptown tacked on 9, and they have gotten this as close as 9 points. 22-13 was the last time they were that close.
Naptown, meanwhile, doing a lot of single shifting with blockers like Shiva Diva, Mutant Jean, Trudy Botchery, who are going out for multiple jams. Knuckles Sammy had the advantage when it comes to the blockers. A great move by Shiva Diva to send Leslie Arnaz back. And now Knuckles Sammy's in scoring position for Naptown. And she gets knocked down, and Arbor's able to reform around her, and she's got it. She was out.
Knuck's lead gave the crowd a nice pop, 5 points. And we hear it again, track cut called on Leslie Arnaz. Power jam for Naptown.
And Leslie's got to keep she was trying to pass the panty and was not able to do it.
Checking, and she indeed will have to leave or start as she left when she does leave this penalty box. Slamlet will stand up. Knuckles Sammy struggling to get through. We'll get a little bit of offense on the inside by Wham, just enough to get through for another fiver.
And now Ann Arbor's pivot's going to come back in, and we are to full strength with both teams. Knuckles Sammy back in scoring position, and just Trudy trying to give her a little bit of help. And and Leslie Arnaz smacks into Trudy and takes off.
Leslie Arnaz on her initial on her scoring pass now, got out of her initial. Knuckles Sammy calls it off. Double figure scoring for Naptown. They have squashed this lead a little bit. It's now 83-38. 6 minutes, 6 seconds to go. That breaks by my count, 5 jam scoring drought for the Naptown Tornado Sirens. 83-38 the score.
And the USA chant has started as Made in America. Long-time NRG fan favorite. And again, Helen Killer does it again. Oh, I think she got a track cut?
That's the call. She will head to the box.
And now Made in America also got a penalty, so Helen Killer is going to be sprung. Oops.
That jam by Knuckles Sammy in the last one, scoring about 40% of Naptown's points for this bout. 83-38, this one will go the full 2 minutes. Made in America out.
And Helen Killer just absorbs a hit by Rip McMurphy. She is very, very good at just absorbing. It sucks, but if you're good at it, it gets you through faster. Now Maine's just pushing pretty much everybody. Meanwhile, Helen Killer is in scoring position.
1 minute, 10 seconds to go in this jam. Again, this one will take up every ounce of that time. 4 points for A2D2. Maiden still being walled up hard by 3 Ann Arbor players. Maiden got out, 4 points.
And Maiden knows she can't call it off. She looked at Carr for the call. Meanwhile, Helen Killer's back in scoring position.
Another 4 spot for A2D2. Rip McMurphy heads to the penalty box. It's a 4-3 pack advantage for Ann Arbor.
And now Puff tried to hit Helen Killer, and Helen Killer just kind of jumped around her, and now she goes to the inside. Another 5 points for Helen Killer. And
Crash
now,
into you, trying to provide that lead blocker style offense, and not really, Ann Arbor's just absorbing, just not having any of it, and allowing Helen Killer to get through again. On the toe stops, this time outside. Grand slam, Ann Arbor.
and you see we always work those stops. You're seeing just fantastic stop work by Michelle Obama, who's like, you're not getting through. I'm sorry. No, she had such a solid plow stop. She was so low, and when you put your posterior into someone's leg, you're not going anywhere.
101 points for the Brawl Stars, 46 points for the Tornado Sirens. We have about 3:30 left in period one, the largest lead after that 18-point outburst for Ann Arbor.
Official timeout.
Ann Arbor getting a 10-point advantage on that jam as Naptown managed 8. Double penalties in that one, forced it to go all 2 minutes. And Ann Arbor, number 34th ranked in the world, trying to continue to do damage. Naptown 42nd ranked.
And now the wave has begun.
And to start this jam will end up being Chariot of Fire going against LO Hell.
Which, let's face it, we have to say very slowly.
4 players, blockers on the track for each team. Full strength, not something we are completely accustomed to seeing. Although this bout, when the penalties have come, they've all been in clumps. It's been kind of feast or famine from a penalty perspective.
And we keep missing the wave, but we're too busy calling roller derby.
Star Wars night in the Elements Financial Blue Ribbon Pavilion with Peyton Slamming. I'm Danny Mack. We're live in Indianapolis on NaptownRollerDerby.com. Another official timeout.
And the wave continues.
We'll see if we can get a clarification on what's going on. Ogre coming over to the scoring table and having a discussion with the official scorers. Right now, on the scoreboard, it's 101-46 with 3 minutes and 21 seconds to go. We'll see if any of that changes. Peyton, so far, it has been, for the most part, all Ann Arbor. They started this thing off on a 20-0 tear. Naptown got 9 points in, narrowing it down to 11 points. That was the closest they've been since the start of the bout.
And Ann Arbor has relied heavily on very strong footwork, especially toe stop runs, and that has made all the difference in getting around the blockers on the inside and outside lines. You've also seen a lot of good offense by both teams, even though the score doesn't quite reflect that.
And fans, this bout tonight is mixed with a little bit of emotion, as we had a very somber ceremony to start the night.
The Ray City Rebels, unfortunately, one of their teammates was unfortunately left us too soon on Monday
Kobe,
night.
by all accounts, as good a teammate, as great a human being as you will ever find. Tragic event on the south side of town cost him his life, and you saw a lot of great outpouring of support from the fans, the Derby community,
The refs.
both the Rebels, the Naptown Roller Derby, everybody really coming together in a very touching tribute to Kobe on Star Wars night here in Indianapolis. Also fitting, you'll see a lot of the number 47 armbands.
With the Rebel Alliance, Kobe's Derby name was Kobe-Wan Genobi, and this has been felt across the world.
So it's been an emotional night. This one is for you, Kobe. Wherever you are, we love you. The Derby community loves you, and a bright light snuffed out far too soon. 101-46, the current score. The Brawl Stars over the Tornado Sirens. Around 3 minutes remaining in period number 1. Chariot of Fire to the front.
Meanwhile, LOL having trouble meeting up with Trudy, Mutant Cheat, and Wham Bam. This is a trio we've seen quite a bit tonight, and Ann Arbor's trying to make sure they don't get out of play, and Sherry's going to drive. She is a personal trainer. She got lead jammer. Car's telling her to go. And unfortunately, LOL is going to get a penalty and come out. So this is a power jam for Naptown, which is the worst case scenario for Ann Arbor, best case scenario for Cherry, because she's so incredibly fast and strong.
Big chance for Naptown. They'll take 5. They're now within 50 points. 101-51. Cherry goes outside in, gets tripped.
Oh, that's not a penalty.
And
now there's an official review. I think Carbomb's going to argue that that was a low block.
Slamlet the pivot, cut to the inside, trying to establish position. That's who the jammer tripped over. And we'll hear officially what they were discussing, but we can only presume it had to do with what Naptown sees as a low block.
And from our vantage point, it looked like a hip shot.
It's a very bang play. It's one of those where if they saw it, if they were in the right position, maybe
There's
you
a
call
couple,
it, maybe you don't.
Yeah, maybe you call it, maybe you don't. It's really dependent on the position of who saw what. I mean, reffing is by no means a perfect science. And as you can see on the screen, Vivisection making her Siren debut this evening, and will also be playing with the Sirens later this month as they travel to beautiful Jacksonville, Florida. You know, where they have summer, endless summer.
8 points nabbed by the Sirens. Carbomb, and we saw the gestures. He indeed was looking for that low block, trying to figure whose feet were established, if she swept across, all kinds of different factors that would go into that call, and that's what the referees in the middle are taking a look at. Again, this one started off all Ann Arbor, 20-0. They have led from the start. Naptown has narrowed it to 11 points. That's the best they've been able to do. 101-54, the current score. 2 minutes, 12 seconds on the clock.
And it looks like this is not going to be a penalty for Ann Arbor. And Naptown's going to start this one on the power jam as LOL is still in the penalty box. So Scorp's going to be out there by herself for now.
The low block not given to Carbomb, so they will lose that review. You got 1 each per half.
And now LOL is just going like a bat out of hell, swings around her own players. Oh, and gets knocked down by Rip McMurphy. And LOL got lead jammer, just called it off. Smart move by LOL. She was like, oh, the LOL with this.
Scorp was just burning around that track. 101-54 is where we stand. 1 minute and 40 seconds and ticking to go in period number 1. Naptown needs a big score out of Maiden America to get this one back closer. It'll be a tall order going against the captain, Leslie Arnaz, who has been a dynamo for A2D2 in this bout.
Those
pushing
toe stops,
through the inside. Oh, no question.
Those toe stops, though. Leslie Arnaz to the front. Meanwhile, Maiden America is going to get run back by Ann Arbor. And now you're starting to get a little strung out. And now Leslie Arnaz is your lead jammer.
So much pushiness when she's on those toe stops.
And Wham Bam's going to come out on a penalty. I think that might be Wham's 5th.
Yeah, Wham is really stacking them up so far. She's been called upon to play a lot of offense in this Naptown counterattack. Maiden gets out, puts the helmet cover back on, and will be in scoring position, but it's called with 5 more for Leslie Arnaz. We're now at 106.54, a 52-point lead for the Brawl Stars. 23 seconds. We'll see if another jam will get in play, and it looks like they will. Chariot of Fire going for the Tornado Sirens.
Going against Samuel L. Jackson.
4-wall braced for A2D2. Rip McMurphy steps back briefly, but then reforms with her 3-wall. Standing up in the penalty box is Wham Bam. She will come in very shortly.
And now Chariot of Fire used that solid move by Rip. And now Rip and Puff are gonna run Samuel Jackson back. Chariot of Fire is now in scoring position.
Whammy will form up with Puff and with Rip, who will take her out of bounds.
And Samuel, 5 points for Cherry coming off the pass. And Samuel, they were so close to having a track cut, and now Samuel gets out. And a big leap by Chariot of Fire on Golden Wings.
Wow. Cherry doesn't need a running start to be able to go over the track.
She has an artificial well of gravity. Let's just be realistic.
And you said it, Peyton. It looked like she grew wings for that one. Chariot of Fire putting a stop to that jam with that unbelievable athleticism on the inside. 9 points for the Sirens. They will be 106-63 going into halftime. Peyton, again, this has been all A2D2, a 20-point start on the first 3 jams. Naptown got it with an 11, but that has been the closest.
And again, footwork has told the tale for both bouts we've seen thus far. You've got a lot of solid toe stop work. You've got a lot of good stopping work. If you're going to stop a jammer, you need to be able to stop yourself.
Yeah, the first bout, the B bout, was 169.90 for Ann Arbor, and at halftime, it is the Brawl Stars of Ann Arbor Derby. Dimes up 106 over the Naptown Roller Derby All-Stars, the Tornado Sirens, 63. We got another 30 minutes of roller derby coming at you. Naptown trying to edge this closer over the number 34 ranked Ann Arbor Brawl Stars. I'm Danny Mack with Peyton Slamming. We'll be back on NaptownRollerDerby.com.
But now you're gone, and it looks like we're through, and you're moving on, so I guess I should too. You're the letdown, letdown of a lifetime, letdown, letdown of a lifetime, letdown, letdown of a lifetime. Whoa! When I first met you, I wanted you to know that when I first saw you, you were moving in slow-mo. But you said so long, you left me feeling blue. I'm getting drunk with John, drinking till we spew. You're the letdown, letdown of a lifetime, letdown, letdown of a lifetime, letdown, letdown of a lifetime. Whoa! Letdown, letdown of a lifetime, letdown, letdown of a lifetime, letdown, letdown of a lifetime. Whoa! The doctors all agree there's something wrong with me, but what it is I doubt I'll ever know. The doctors tend to think my brain is out of sync, and they keep telling me it's gotta go. They gave me a cranial scan, say I've got a problem, and they've got a plan to cure me, to cure me, to cure me, to cure me. Doctors wanna operate. Doctors wanna operate. Doctors wanna operate. I'm not gonna cooperate, oh no. The doctors grin and nod and say I'm acting odd, and they keep on insisting I'm deranged. The doctors all concur, at least I'm pretty sure, and they keep on insisting on a change. They gave me a cranial scan, say I've got a problem and they've got a plan to cure me, to cure me, to cure me, to cure me. Doctors wanna operate, doctors wanna operate, doctors wanna operate. I'm not gonna cooperate, oh no. Oh! They gave me a cranial scan, say I've got a problem and they've got a plan to cure me, to cure me, to cure me, to cure me. Doctors love to operate, the doctors love to operate, the doctors love to operate. I'm not gonna cooperate, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 strikes, you're out. 3 strikes, no doubt. You'll bitch and moan and sigh and groan and probably start to pout. Hey, hey, hey! 3 strikes and then 3 strikes again. Just face the facts when up to bat. There's times that you won't win. Hey, hey, hey! Strikes, nice try. 3 strikes, don't cry. It isn't fun for anyone. Your eyes need time to dry. Hey, hey, hey! 3 strikes, no hit. 3 strikes, some shit. Get off the ground and charge some mount and quit throwing a fit. Hey, hey, hey! You're out. 3 strikes, you're out. Nobody likes getting 3 strikes, but sometimes that's just life. 3 strikes, you're out. 3 strikes, you're out. 3 strikes, you're out. 3 strikes, you're out. Nobody likes getting 3 strikes, but sometimes that's just life. Sometimes that's just life. Sometimes that's just life. 3 strikes, you're out.
In a corner on my mind, busy sugar by the time. I thought I put them for 2, but the diamond pop is just for you. I call it soda, she called it pop. We call it soda pop, poppin' when we're poppin' at the soda pop shop. I call it soda, she calls it pop. We call it soda pop, poppin' when we're poppin' at the soda pop shop. Cherry's got a bubble dream of carbonation and caffeine. Cold cream soda gets my smile, but the strawberry pop is just as tired. Yeah, I call it soda, she calls it pop. We call it soda pop, poppin' when we're poppin' at the soda pop shop. I call it soda, she calls it pop. We call it soda pop, poppin' when we're poppin' at the soda pop shop. My cherry baby's got a hold on me.
My baby got a hold on me.
My cherry baby's got a hold on me.
My cherry baby got a hold on me.
My cherry baby's got a hold on me.
My cherry baby got a hold on me.
My cherry baby's got a hold on me.
My cherry baby got a hold on me.
My cherry baby's got a hold on me.
My cherry baby got a hold on me.
My cherry baby's got a hold on me.
My cherry baby got a hold on me.
My cherry baby's got a hold on me. She drink whatever she likes. Soda, she called it pop. We call it soda pop, poppin' when we're poppin' at the soda pop shop. I call it soda, she called it pop. We call it soda pop, poppin' when we're poppin' at the soda pop. Soda pop, poppin' when we're poppin' at the soda pop. Soda pop, poppin' when we're poppin' at the soda pop shop.
That's great. All right. Woo! All right. Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go. Forming in a straight line, going through a tight one. The kids are losing their minds. Let's crank bump. The pilot in the backseat, generated steam heat. Send it to the backbeat. Let's crank bump. Hey, oh, let's go. Shoot him in the back now. What they want, I don't know. They're all revved up and ready to go. They're forming in a straight line. They're going through a tight one. The kids are losing their minds. Let's crank pump. The pilot in the backseat, generated steam heat. Pulsate it to the backbeat. Let's crank pump. Hey, oh, let's go. Shoot him in the back now. What they want, I don't know. They're all revved up and ready to go. Forming in a straight line. They're going through a tight one. The kids are losing their minds. Let's crank bump. The pilot in the backseat, generated steam heat. Pulsate it to the backbeat. Let's crank bump. Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go. All right, we're gonna do one more, and we did bring some CDs and shirts and vinyls. If anybody, you know, it's there. Huh? Ready? Yep. She's a la 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 lunatic. She's a la 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 lunatic. She's a la 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 lunatic. She's a la 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 lunatic. She's a la 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 lunatic. She's a la 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 lunatic. She's a lunatic. She's psychotic, and you know she's mentally sick. She's lost her mind, but she says she's feeling fine. We all know she was crazy most of the time. Oh, don't you know, she's a psycho, and I think it's time for us to go. She's a la 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 lunatic. She's a la 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 lunatic. She's a la 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 lunatic. She's a la 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 lunatic. She's a la 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 lunatic. She's a la 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 lunatic. She's a lunatic. She's psychotic, and you know she's mentally sick. She's got insane, acting normal as a strain, the sad result of a defective brain. Oh, don't you know, she's a psycho, and I think it's time for us to go. She's a la 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 lunatic. She's a la 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 lunatic. She's a la 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 lunatic. She's a la 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 lunatic. She's a la 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 lunatic. She's a la 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 lunatic. She's a la 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 lunatic. La 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 lunatic. she's a 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 la 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 lunatic. She's a 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 lunatic.
Let's go through a couple of the key numbers in this one. 106 to 63 is the most key. That's Ann Arbor's lead.
Thank you all very much. We are the Putts.
At the half, a couple of others, 60. That's Ann Arbor's largest lead. Naptown has whittled it down somewhat toward the end with the 43-point spread that it is right now. Another number, 0. The absence of a number there as Naptown has held the lead 0 times in this one. It's been Ann Arbor from the start. 20-0 was how they vaulted themselves off to begin period number 1.
And you've seen quite a few penalties that have played such a factor in this. And as I've said before, footwork. Footwork is everything. Footwork in how you stop. Footwork when you're running down the line. That has made all the difference in this bout.
Naptown will begin with Wham Bam, Trudy Botchery, and Mutant Jean, along with Rip McMurphy, who's in the penalty box. She's got most of a penalty yet to serve. Ann Arbor's blockers include Michelle Obama, Jackie O'Bashes.
Lovely first ladies.
Yep, Fracture Mechanics. That must be the first lady line out there. And there's a player on the inside.
Scream.
Scream, that's right. Scream's hiding all the time from us on that inside part of the track.
She didn't want to be on the broadcast.
Leslie Arnaz, the captain, going for Ann Arbor, and Leslie has been out freaking standing this bout. Made in America has been a big scorer for Naptown as normal, particularly toward the end of the first period. A 9-point outburst, I think in the third to last jam, where an official review was called and lost by Naptown when Made in America went toward the inside. It looked like it could have been tripping, could have been a low block, not the case. And a 9-point jam there for Maiden.
And a very interesting setup by Naptown. They're sort of kind of like swarming around Ann Arbor. And Leslie Arnaz comes to the front of the 3 Naptown blockers. And now Mutant Jean, whose bread and butter is running jammers back. Mutant and Wham Bam come back together. Trudy's kind of watching away, and Leslie jumps 1, 2, 3. Oh, and Leslie was trying to get the forearm, and she gets it on Trudy Botchery. So
Nice.
no lead jammer, and now Maiden comes down, changes levels, and she gets the lead, but Leslie's hot on her heels.
Maiden paid the price on the inside only to let up and go outside. Very nice, patient work as she was worked over on the inside part of the track for a good 20 or 30 seconds by Fracture Mechanics.
0-0 jam, smart move by Made in America, and now Helen Killer's gonna come to the line for Ann Arbor, going against Chariot of Fire.
Ann Arbor coaching staff getting a little clarification on the inside part of the track by O'Gur. Nice experienced referee crew calling this one.
And Rip McMurphy, no rest for the wicked, coming back out with Puff the Rainbow Dragon and Crash as Trudy Botchery's in the penalty box, and Helen Killer has already driven her way up. Gets a little bit of help from her teammate. Rip McMurphy thought she had her, didn't have her, and now Helen Killer is your lead jammer for Ann Arbor.
Boy, Helen Killer very, very close to being a track cut on that outside toe stop move. Helen Killer now goes around Puff the Rainbow Dragon, will be swallowed up outside by Rip.
And now Chariot of Fire tried to jump and get a couple points, but not before Helen Killer could call it off. Helen Killer gets 4.
HK has some amazingly quick footwork and can just turn on that full speed like that. 4 more points, putting the Brawl Stars up 110 to 63, 28 minutes to go. Largest lead for Ann Arbor was 60 points, and that was back at the 83-23 mark.
Jax coming to the line. Samuel L. Jackson going against Scorpiopathic for Naptown. Naptown in the red and black. Ann Arbor in the white and purple. And now Samuel L. Jackson pulling some Mace Windu moves, trying to slice through the pack. Apt, since it is, in fact, Star Wars Knight. Meanwhile, Scorpio Bathic sneaks around to the outside. Mutant Jean thought she had. Jax did not, and now it looks like Jax is going to get around because no pack. And now some nice offensive moves by Crash.
And Helen Killer will return as the jammer. Helen Killer is making us all look like schmucks. A 40th birthday for Helen Killer, pouring on the points tonight. That's a heck of a way to celebrate. Having a big game against a big ranked opponent in Naptown. 34th ranked Ann Arbor versus 42nd ranked Naptown.
And that gives this 38-year-old woman much hope. Although I did do something today.
Helen Killer against Maiden America. Killer goes in.
Helen Killer
Maiden
is
goes
skating
out.
like she might have just come from juniors, like you'd never know. And I have a great respect and admiration for that. And Helen Killer just busts through. Maiden America, this is not a scenario you normally see. She's got the panty off, but the pivot, Wham Bam, is still in the box. And Wham Bam's kind of assessing the situation. And Helen Killer gets popped in and out. And again, running along the inside line, she gets 5 points. And Maiden America still is not out on her initial pass.
Grand slam for the Brawl Stars. Helen Killer now goes after more with the 3-pod of Naptown up front.
And a very nice star pass to Wham Bam. Wham Bam is now the active jammer for Naptown, as Helen Killer is being told to keep going by the bench. Meanwhile, Wham Bam's trying to get up on her, and Helen Killer's probably gonna, calls it off as she slides through.
Nice work by Whammy to catch up a little bit. 2 points at the end for the Brawl Stars. That makes the score now 122-63 as we near the 25-minute remaining mark. Mutant Jean, Wham Bam, Trudy Botchery, Shiva Diva. That's the Naptown blocking lineup. Ann Arbor will counter with Fracture Mechanics, Jackie O'Bashes. On the outside, that's Michelle Obama. And on the inside part of the track is Jadzia.
And Tiramisu is going against Knuckle Sammy. Knuckle Sammy gets out. I think this might be has this been the first time she's laid hammer? Tiramisu, Mutant Jean is just bashing her. Mutant Jean is so good one-on-one.
Nice shoulder shake move by Nuck. Nuck grabs 4 and is looking to pass Tiramisu.
And Tiramisu is now trying to kind of slow Nuck down.
Nuck gets around Terror, calls it off, falling, and they'll each take a point on it.
And Tiramisu took a shot by Trudy Botchery.
5 points total for Nuck. 1 point total for Tiramisu. The edge is now 123-68. The Brawl Stars, 24 minutes to go.
And it seems like a little bit of a shift of momentum. Leslie Arnaz, who's had a career night for Ann Arbor, is now up to the front. Chariot of Fire still not through the Ann Arbor wall. And now Leslie Arnaz is going to sneak through. Leslie Arnaz is your lead jammer for Ann Arbor. Chariot of Fire still not out. We've got matching penalties coming to Ann Arbor and Naptown.
Good night, those footwork abilities of Chariot of Fire. Played ping pong with that tripod set up by Ann Arbor, and then Cherry bursts forth after a pirouette.
And now we've got three on 2 as all of a sudden Ann Arbor's taking off like it's the Kentucky Derby, which by the way happened today.
This is real Derby, baby.
This is real Derby. There ain't no big hats here. Well, there might be. It is Star Wars night, whatever. And now Leslie Arnaz is also going to be running. There was the Indy Mini Half Marathon today. Speaking of marathons and Derby.
Ann Arbor electing to work clock on this one. 3 points toward the end for Ann Arbor. Sometimes you can go point for point and end up winning by working clock. That's what Ann Arbor is doing. 7-4 as their lead has expanded. It's now 130-72 with 22 minutes and change to go. Peyton, it has been all A2-D2 from the start. They went out by 20 points. Naptown's gotten it back within 11, but that's the closest they've managed to come.
And now Naptown's kind of reforming to send Helen Killer back. Again, as you mentioned, it's Helen Killer's 40th birthday, and man, she's kind of my hero right now.
There goes Scorp on the outside, being driven down by Jackie O'Bashes. Scorp will then have to reset behind the A2-D2 2-wall that's become now a 3-wall.
And Havelka does a great job of sending Scorpiopathic out. Scorp has the panty off, is now trying to look for Wham Bam, who is the pivot. And A2-D2 is just solid stopping power.
Slamlet, one of the captains, is out with a penalty, but you almost don't notice too much of a difference whether it's a 3-wall or a 4-wall for A2-D2. They are strong as can be with whatever numbers go after it. Scorp has stashed the star.
Which you really can't do. You can just take it off. You can't stash it anymore. There was a time when you could put it in your bra.
True that. Scorp has
I'm
it.
kind of okay with that. And meanwhile, a great panty pass to Wham Bam. Wham Bam has been very solid at pivot tonight.
Whammy's then being swallowed up by those 3 A2-D2 blockers, make it 4, and then it's automatically 3 again as a penalty called on Ann Arbor. 4-3 pack advantage for Naptown. 3 points for Ann Arbor, nothing for Wham Bam at the end. Ann Arbor, a 13-point jam. This is now their largest lead, 143-72, a 71-point advantage. Previous largest lead was 60 points. That was in the first half. And Ann Arbor running away now with just under 21 minutes remaining in period 2. Made in America goes inside. Leslie Arnaz goes right up the gut. Maiden will reset and go inside this time.
And again, that stopping power of Ann Arbor to kind of get her out to the line.
Slamlet and Inzi Mood are the butts on that brace. Slamlet comes out for yet another penalty.
And now Maiden, I believe, is going to get high block.
Looked like low block, actually.
Ooh. So this is now a power jam for Leslie Arnaz. And Leslie Arnaz is meeting up with Brucey Ricardo. Yes!
Leslie Arnaz up against Brucey Ricardo.
Brucey, you got some splaining to do.
Thank you. I was trying to muster up some sort of impersonation. I'm glad you did, because mine would have been god-awful.
Mine wasn't great, let's be honest, but it was amazing. And now Buff is going to try to get her and was not able to do it. And Leslie Arnaz is going to keep piling on the points.
Grand Slam, largest lead extended, 148-72. We're under 19 minutes and 30 seconds in the bout. 4-wall.
And now
Raced
Leslie
up at the front
Arnaz
by Rip.
is driving the Naptown wall forward, and Maiden's trying to do the same with Ann Arbor. Ann Arbor's stopping power is just incredible. And Rip tried to run back and stepped out, but Brucey and Huff
Rip
both kind of
McMurphy,
helped her.
yeah, Rip McMurphy got neutralized trying to run back the jammer by Inzi Mood. But wisely, the other Naptown blockers continued to move back, giving the illusion that they were the ones that hit her out. Leslie had to reset a little farther back.
And now Crash trying to give some help to Made in America, as Made in America is still kind of trapped up there with the Ann Arbor wall. And now it's just a slobber knocker, to quote Jim Ross.
Just a swarm of skaters recycling forward, falling backward, jammers getting
It was like a
dragged
tornado
around.
of tornado sirens and a tornado of Ann Arbor.
A 9-point jam for the Brawl Stars as they continue their streak now, shutting down Naptown for 3 straight jams. 152-72, largest lead for the Brawl Stars. That is now 80 points.
Chariot of Fire for Naptown coming against Jax, a.k.a. Samuel L. Jackson, and Chariot of Fire, blocker advantage. And now a successful panty pass for Ann Arbor. Fracture Mechanics is going to be the active jammer for Ann Arbor. Oh, and Fracture Mechanics got a penalty, so this is now showtime for Cherry.
That's the skater you want out there. 5 points for Cherry. Naptown, a full complement of blockers. A2D2 has just 2 up front.
And Cherry just made it look extremely easy.
Havelka returns for Ann Arbor, as does Lethal. And on the inside goes Chariot of Fire. Cherry now right. Will then try to wedge what Jax and
Cherry is fired up. Look at that.
Jax and Jackie were not enough to hold back Chariot of Fire. A 5er. And the Naptown faithful back in on this one. It's 152-87. 17 minutes to try to narrow the lead even further. Brawl Stars will start with their jammers standing in the penalty box. That's Fracture Mechanics, who had received the star in the previous jam.
And Bruzy Ricardo helping her wife out there. Knuckle Sammy.
Bruzy trying to provide some offense. Nuck goes outside this time.
And Fracture Mechanics just runs over everyone, and Fracture Mechanics is your lead jammer for Ann Arbor, just coming out of the penalty box and literally like a bowl in a china shop.
Fracture Mechanics towering over many of the players on the track and is just battering these Naptown Tornado Sirens before calling it off with a 3-point advantage.
And Fracture Mechanics may have said something to Bruzy. I don't know if it was something friendly or not friendly. Hard to tell. And Fracture Mechanics is going to come straight back out as the pivot.
Fracture had the advantage there. Bruzy had not actually gotten out of her initial pass, so had they elected to do so, Fracture Mechanics, who was controlling the pack at that one, could have continued on.
Tiramisu versus Scorpio Bathic. Scorpio Bathic never came out of bounds. Solid moves. And now Fracture Mechanics again is the jammer for Ann Arbor. That's endurance, my friends.
Peyton, this one is starting to get a little chippy out there.
Chippy? Yeah, a little bit chippy. And Scarp calls it off.
Yep.
4 points.
Bodies flying everywhere. That was Trudy. 4 points for the Sirens.
They come off, they look like they're milking cows.
They're not done yet. 155-91, Naptown winning the last 2 jams.
And now Fracture Mechanics is going to start this jam in the box as the active jammer, meaning this is a power start for Naptown. And yes, you're right, Danny Mac. Little squirrely. That's the word I would use, squirrely.
Fracture Mechanics will now go in and jam yet again after receiving a star and drawing a penalty. Lead jammer right out of the gate for Maiden America. She'll come up with 2 Ann Arbor blockers ahead that are getting swallowed toward the inside.
And now Ann Arbor's just trying to kind of hold Maiden America back. They were not, you can't stop her, you can only hope to contain her.
Maiden grabs 5. Naptown has again continued to win jams in these last 3.
Beautiful moves by Rip McMurphy, and Fracture Mechanics is out of the box. And again, just bulldozes through every single blocker. Wow, Puff might be enough. Nope, Fracture Mechanics. Again, like a bulldozer, and Puff's gonna come out, and this jam's gonna come to an end.
Yeah, Puff was blocking out of play. And 2 points at the end for Maiden America. That's a 12-point jam. Naptown now within 52 points.
And I feel like, Danny Mac, we're reliving the Windy City bout where Naptown started to chip away during the second half and basically came back, but time was not on their side.
There is, in theory, enough time for Naptown to do this. 13 minutes, 30-ish seconds remaining. Naptown trailed by as many as 80. Lead jammer, Chariot of Fire.
And now Helen Killer still pushing her way to the front. And Helen Killer again, that strong toe stop work. And Cherry's now in scoring position. Meets with the posterior of Michelle Obama. And Cherry's through and calls it off.
Peyton, we are feeling that momentum firmly swing to the side of black and red. And Naptown wins another jam, chipping away at the Brawl Stars lead, which is now 48 points and under 13 minutes to go in the bout. Bear in mind, Ann Arbor, at the score of 152-72, held the largest lead in this half. Naptown has not had a lead at all, as it started off 20-0 for Ann Arbor.
And Ann Arbor's calling a timeout right now.
Naptown got within 11, but this series of jams has put the Sirens firmly back in a position to try to narrow what has been a Brawl Stars romp. 155-107 is where the score stands. Team timeout for Ann Arbor. 12 minutes, 41 seconds on the clock. Naptown will also use this to reset. Carbom, a Race City Rebels player, the Naptown head coach, discussing with Puff the Rainbow Dragon what Naptown's strategy will be coming out of this stoppage. 0 lead changes in this one, although Naptown has continued to make it interesting despite what at one point grew to an 80-point lead.
And now we're going to get back underway. Knuckles Sammy coming to the line for Naptown. Going against Leslie Ornez. They switched out the jammers. It was going to be Jax, but it is now Leslie Ornez, who has had a very, very strong night for Ann Arbor.
Peyton, since that 80-point lead, Naptown has held the Brawl Stars to just 3 points, and they have scored 35 of their own. A 35-3 run. Knuckles Sammy, lead jammer Naptown.
Meanwhile, Leslie Ornez took the panty off and is now going to meet up with Rip McMurphy. Leslie got shot. Again, meeting up with Brucey Ricardo. That never gets old. I'm sorry.
Brucey now going to the inside, or rather not going to the inside, now outside. She will be driven out of bounds and knocked there by Inzamood.
Inzamood, a very solid hit on Knuckle, and Knuckle called it off. We're going to see it again. We're going to see Leslie Ornez trying to come forward, and Knuck just jumps around, and she's out.
That burst of speed is nearly unmatched by anyone on the track. Knuckle Sammy took off, getting Naptown within 44 points. Peyton, at the half, the Sirens were trailing 106-63, so pretty close to the halftime spread. Naptown's narrowing it, winning the last 5 jams.
And Ann Arbor tried to take Scorpio out, couldn't do it. Heli Killer, meanwhile, jumping 1, jumping 2, and now she's got to drive forward. And Crash was going to get her, could not, and now Scorp is in scoring position.
All of a sudden, all cylinders clicking for the Tornado Sirens. Pirouette and call off by Scorp. 4 more points for Naptown. Almost equally as important as their scoring outburst has been their defensive dominance in the last 6 jams. 40-point lead now for the Brawl Stars. A more narrow lead than these teams had at halftime.
And now Naptown's going to come forward. Ann Arbor's going to come to the back. Made in America versus Tiramisu. Got to say that slowly.
Whistle goes. There goes Maiden, getting knocked down and out of bounds. Will reset behind Lethal.
And now all of Ann Arbor is just on Maiden, like white on rice.
Tiramisu up at the front of the pack, being swarmed by red and black. Brucey acts as the bridge. Naptown may have to drop another one back here, but at the moment they got a little help as Maiden pushed forward.
And we have come to a pretty much a stop. Meanwhile, Tiramisu is just driving forward, trying to keep her feet in, and Rip gets run out. Tiramisu was enough, and Tiramisu has 1 to beat, and Tiramisu, patience paid off. Gets lead jammer, and she's like, wow, that was not fun.
That was a hard-fought
And look at the stop back here by Ann Arbor. Maiden's got the panty off, and Rip's coming to help her, but Ann Arbor does a fantastic job of just digging into those plow stops, and now Rip has the panty, and she gets around 1, 2, and she's going to get run back, I think. Yeah.
Yep. Rip McMurphy now holds on to the star. She will put it on her helmet. This is still Naptown's initial pass.
Yeah, they are not out. All of a sudden, Ann Arbor has literally stopped Naptown in its tracks.
Tiramisu on the other end, up at the front, is now being handled by a 3-wall. She's got a little offensive help from Lethal, who now falls back as the bridge. Rear of the pack forms forward. Lethal able to engage offense again.
Now there may be a penalty coming on this, yeah, for Brucey Ricardo. And Maiden knocks her down, and Tiramisu is still going. She's like the Energizer Bunny, and this is now a power jam for Ann Arbor because Rip got a penalty and Maiden got a penalty, and now it's Puff and Mutant Jean out there by themselves. 4-2 advantage for Ann Arbor. Just a series of penalties for Naptown. And Tiramisu calls it off. Smart move.
With only 2 seconds left in play. This one was exhausting. Timeout called by Naptown. And Peyton, we saw Naptown get this back within 40 points. It's now a 45-point lead. So despite the penalties, despite a power jam given away, Naptown still only let up 5 points in just under 2 minutes.
And again, you had what's happening now is, as you said at the beginning, it's getting a little bit chippy. I like to use the word squirrely, but when players get tired, that's when the penalties start to pile on.
And I'll tell you what, there has not been a letdown by either of these teams despite what would have to be exhaustion because of such a hard-hitting play, the hard-hitting style of play tonight. Naptown will start with their jammer in the penalty box. That is Rip McMurphy. They will put Wham Bam and Mutant Jean out as blockers. Bruzy Ricardo in the box along with Maiden America and the aforementioned Rip McMurphy.
This is a power start for Ann Arbor.
Ann Arbor clean in terms of penalties at the moment. One arm brace going up for Wham Bam and Mutant Jean. Ann Arbor will just part the seas and allow their birthday girl to do her thing. That's Helen Killer.
And Helen Killer's got 2 very strong blockers, and now Naptown has to let her go. Helen Killer is your lead jammer.
There's that kind of catch-22 up at the front. If you have just 2 players left, you drop one back and try to spread out farther.
I mean, there's no other word for it. Mutant Jean does a fantastic job of putting her posterior in, does not let up on Helen Killer. Helen Killer gets a grand slam, and now Ann Arbor's resetting, forcing Rip as far back as possible.
That defense,
Patience by Fracture Mechanics.
That defensive island portion of Mutant Jean's game has become so very strong and very comfortable being that last player.
And now Rip McMurphy's gonna pass the panty to Wham Bam. She was originally the receiver of a panty pass, and now Wham Bam's got it. Helen Killer is coming through for points.
If you're wearing that stripe, you have to be capable of serving as a jammer if you receive that star.
Oh yeah, I just did it 2 weeks ago.
Wham Bam, very capable, but just being stonewalled at present by Ann Arbor, who's going to continue to work clock. A 14-point outburst by the Brawl Stars, trying to put this one out of reach from a Naptown team that had really been on fire in the last 6 or 7 jams. Another grand slam for the Brawl Stars, 19 points in this one.
And now Helen Killer meets up with the posterior of Mutant Jean, and Mutant Jean sends her out, and Helen Killer's just looking to see when she can call it off. Mutant runs her as far back as you can. Meanwhile, you've got Wham Bam, who is still not out on her initial. Maiden's trying to give her a little love shove to Ann Arbor to create some space for Wham Bam, and Wham Bam's just looking tired. Mutant Jean's coming out on a penalty.
Helen Killer looked up and saw Wham Bam still not out, so decided to keep this one running. There's 3 seconds left. This one will come to its natural conclusion. A 2-minute jam and 24 points for the Brawl Stars. Naptown comeback effectively halted at present.
Again, a series of penalties.
And 23 points is what's put up on the inside part of the track. 24 points is what's put up on the scoreboard. So 184 to 115 is what the official scoreboard reads.
And now Chariot of Fire going against Jax. And Ann Arbor is just sealing the door.
Naptown in their own right playing terrific defense up front as Trudy Botchery will take the jammer, Slamuel Jackson out and take her back about 20 feet.
And Cherry's fired up again. You can always tell. She fixes her elbow pad. And now the wall of Ann Arbor is not going to, woo, that nice change in levels, and Cherry's on the run now, and she's literally coming on the kill against Jax. She gives Jax a little shove. continues to take off, and this is now a race.
Sherry is not to be trifled with. She can call it off whenever. Wants to hit it and quit it. Jump on the inside by Jax. She will yield. We will see if she gets points out of this one. She'll get 2, despite having to yield position, so those hips must have been passed legally while she was maybe in the air. I think where those couple of points came.
And Danny Mac, the clock has now become a big factor in this bout with just about 5 minutes to go.
Critical point with the Brawl Stars up by 64. Peyton, they've led by as many as 80. 80 in this half. Naptown got it narrowed to 40 points in the second period. That's the closest they've come.
And now Leslie Arnaz took a shot from Rip McMurphy. It wasn't enough. Leslie stayed on her toe stops and popped out. Meanwhile, Scorp is still in her initial and is not through.
4 minutes and 28 seconds to go in this bout.
And Scorp has the panty off and is looking again to Wham Bam. Wham Bam, who has spent a lot of time as the jammer tonight.
Leslie Arnaz takes another 5 points. She's now working on a second scoring pass. Scorpiopathic has taken off. The jammer star will continue after returning it.
122, 191, and Leslie Arnaz calls it off with about 4 minutes to go in the second.
Sneaky point at the end by Scorp. That's a small victory. Timeout called by Carr. Lineup being set by the Tornado Sirens. Scorp grabs 1 point, ending a 3-jam Naptown scoring drought. And the lead now 70 points for the Brawl Stars. With Peyton Slamming, I'm Danny Mac. We are in Elements Financial Blue Ribbon Pavilion here on the Indiana State Fairgrounds in Indianapolis. The number 42 ranked Naptown Roller Derby Tornado Sirens taking on the Ann Arbor Brawl Stars. They are 34th ranked. Rising in the most recent standings, Naptown falling a smidge. Now in D2 territory. Ann Arbor got a quick, heavy start going up 20-0. Naptown narrowed it to 11. That's the closest they had been since the very start of the game. In this half, however, Naptown got it within 40 points and looked to get some of that momentum going before Ann Arbor completely put the brakes on the Tornado Sirens.
And we mean that literally. They literally put the brakes on.
A 28-point outburst 3 jams ago put Ann Arbor firmly back to where they are now at a 70-point advantage.
And Tiramisu using her small size to get around. Knuckle Sammy takes the panty off, looking to Wham Bam. And Ann Arbor making it practically impossible to make the pass. I mean, once the panty's off, you can still block that person. And Tiramisu is now in scoring position. Getting a little help from Lethal.
Peyton, the secret's been out about A2-D2 for some time now, but they are showing exactly why they are D1 caliber and where they stand.
Oh, that was a nice hit by Lethal.
Nuck has the jammer star in her hand and goes to the inside before being called for a forearm penalty.
Oh, that's the worst. And Tiramisu has been told by her coaches, keep going.
Shoulder shrug to her coach on the inside part of the track. Carbomb reciprocates that feeling. And Naptown down by a score now of 198 to 123.
And now Tiramisu flipping around.
Tiramisu called for the forearm.
And Mutant Gene kind of celebrated on the track there a little bit, and now Knuckle Sammy's going to be released by Ann Arbor. Ann Arbor just gets set up.
This one will go all 2 minutes, about 30 seconds remaining. On the jam timer, there goes Nuck, now in scoring position.
And now Ann Arbor's going to come to the front.
75-point advantage for the Brawl Stars. Nuck trying to narrow it.
And Obama puts her butt on Nuck, and Nuck's now has to deal with a cadre of Ann Arbor, and Nuck gets around.
6 seconds left in the jam. Knuckle Sammy taking 5. Tiramisu probably has a couple coming as well as this jam ends. She'll take 4, knuckle grab another 5.
And we're now in the waning moments of this bout.
9 points for the Brawl Stars in the jam, 5 points for the Tornado Sirens. The Brawl Stars have crossed the 2 Hunsky mark. They are at 202 to 128.
Hunsky? That's a word? All right.
My world, yes.
Okay, that's fine. Made in America and Leslie Arnaz coming to the line tonight in what is maybe the last jam. And Ann Arbor does a fantastic job of once they got to reform, they stay together. Leslie Arnaz is your lead jammer for Ann Arbor. And meanwhile, Maiden got the panty off. I don't think Ann Arbor initially saw that. Rip took it. Rip get smacked a couple of times.
Leslie Arnaz getting what appears to be the work the clock sign from her bench. Will continue to push up front. 48 seconds left in the bout. As soon as that period clock expires, it will be jam clock time. So 40 seconds remaining on the jam clock. 1 minute and 19 now on the jam clock, or well, bout clock 40, jam clock 120.
And Rip McMurphy tried for the apex jump, could not do it. Rip is still not out of the pack by Ann Arbor. Ann Arbor is just, as defense goes, and number 63, Jackie O'Bashis.
17 seconds left on the period clock. 55 now seconds left in the jam clock. You would expect Leslie Arnaz to call this off the moment that bout clock ticks away. We're now at 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and the period clock has expired.
And
Leslie
Puck
Arnaz
comes
can call
up
it at any
slowly
point.
and has to come back around, but she looks like she might be hurt, not sure. And meanwhile, Leslie Arnaz is going to just keep eating clock. She might as well.
Well, and with the scoring outburst they're putting up, it's now a 15 points for the Brawl Stars in this one. 217 to 128. Precious points being put up on the board by the Brawl Stars.
And Rip is still not out. Rip is still not out on the initial as the active jammer for Naptown.
She has just been worn down by these A2, D2 blockers.
And there's that footwork. And now Leslie Arnaz just let the clock run out. Very smart play on her part. And the Ann Arbor Brawl Stars victorious tonight over the Naptown Tornado Sirens.
Unofficially, it's 222 to 128. A 20-point jam puts the final dagger in the Naptown Tornado Sirens. Ann Arbor came ready tonight. The Sirens had a heck of a lot of fire in that second period, getting it back within 40. But Ann Arbor then got their acts back together and put their foot on the accelerator. 222 to 128. The unofficial final, make that official. Big win for Ann Arbor.
And it will probably impact the rankings with the point spread.
And this one was as physical of a 60 minutes as you will see in roller derby. Peyton Ann Arbor led this one wire to wire, going out 20-0 to start. Naptown narrowed it within 11 points a couple of times in the first period. At the half, it was 106 to 63. Ann Arbor got out to an 80-point advantage. That was at 152 to 72. Naptown got it within 40, having that largest lead before the Brawl Stars put up what became an even larger lead, winning this one handily, 222 to 128.
And as we were saying all along, penalties told the story. Penalties, footwork, and stopping.
And a big thanks to our ever-trusty camera crew, the Marshall plan in order tonight. Kevin and Ken Marshall, as always.
How many American history references have we made tonight? I've lost count. Okay.
A lot, as well as Emily, our fantastic floor camera woman, doing the job tonight. We cannot do this without our man DVD, our executive producer director, David Van Diemen. And for Peyton Slamming, I'm Danny Mack. Take it easy, everybody.
Have a good night, folks.
Are you ready? Are you ready, AK? I'm ready. Heck yeah. I'm ready. Let's do this, Let's do this. All right. To present MVP blocker is my friend AK 40 ounce from Detroit, Michigan. My friend. From Detroit by way of Ann Arbor. As chosen by the Naptown Tornado Sirens, your MVP blocker. Let me get it ready. Number 62, Pressure Mechanic. And your MVP